Hear you.
Okay, great.
Just
There
don't
we
know
go.
the case.
I see a couple friendly faces. Pamela, how have you been?
Fantastic. It's great to be here again today.
Um, Wait, what just happened?
I didn't have my mic on. Thank you so much, Chase. It's great to be here.
Awesome. Nice to see you. All right, I think that I don't know how that worked. I didn't even have to put in the key, but it looks like we're live. So let me confirm that on Facebook. Yeah, we are. Awesome. Cool. If you can see us and you're not in Zoom, but you're in Facebook or YouTube or X, please let us know. Say hello. And it looks like folks are still piling into the room. So let's hang out for another couple of minutes.
Chase,
Uh,
looks like you've been in the sun a little bit.
I got roasted yesterday.
She's starting to heat up here in Mexico quite high, isn't it? Starting to come.
Yes. It
Yeah.
was my birthday last week. So my sister-in-law invited us on a little staycation. And yesterday I spent a little too much time in the pool, as you can see.
Yes.
All right, I think we're stabilizing, so we should be good to get started. For car and team, you guys ready to rock?
Yes. Cool. I think I'll share my screen now. Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. And yeah, here we are from Go High Level, and we are here with another exciting town hall for you folks. And so yeah, I'll be starting with the updates that have been there from the funnels and website side. Right. So like going forward. So this is something that we shipped last month, cookie consent banner in the April, have received great feedback because how we have made a lot of funnels and websites across the board GDPR compliant, and you are unlocked in geographies that you weren't before. And that's another thing that we have went live with, custom value access. How you using the funnel editor itself, you can have a lot of custom values that provide much deeper personalization experiences. And yeah, now this is something that we have in our pipeline and will be going ahead with. And just wanted to get like a bit of a, just roll it out in the open and get some feedback. So like upgraded shadow element currently, the shadow that we have, the box, the text shadow, it's sort of a messy experience. So we'll have shadows across all elements, whether it be text, image, or button. And there will be functionalities of folks being able to have multiple shadows, whether it be outer or inner. And then over that, this bases like much greater customization options, which are much more streamlined. So you'll be better able to toggle up your shadows and give those amazing 3D effects. That's from the shadow end. And going forward, yeah, another thing is that we have a better block editor for all our text elements that has been there. Like we have a block editor, but now we're adding much more functionality such as heading, ability to change colors, even like the color picker, having like, as you may know, like we are coming with this brand color edition as well. So a lot of these cool things right there, just so that whenever you select your text, you can easily be able to edit it and update it without reaching out to the sidebar now and again. So this is one thing that we are going ahead with.
Just to
Uh,
add here,
yeah,
yeah, so the thing is that right now, so if you select a word, right? So you have a sentence, you select a word, you can't change that specific color. So you have to make that a word italic or bold or something, then only you can change the color. So now we are providing the functionality. You select the word, you'll be able to change its color. So that is the extra functionality that we are providing with this. Yeah.
yeah. So that instead of currently like the entire element gets, if you have to essentially make something bold, the entire element has to go bold. Now you'll be able to do it on a text basis, like or a word or a paragraph as you wish. And yeah, and then like this is a really cool thing that we're going ahead with, entrance animations, essentially providing functionalities so that you can have cool looking entrance animations for your text, images, buttons. Uh, right. Uh,
Whoa, those icons are awesome.
yeah. Thank you, Chase.
I've never seen animations
Yeah,
represented
if
like
we
that.
can
That's
show the
cool.
preview link. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can show the
I'll
prototype.
show
It
the
will
preview
look.
link. They're like actually what will happen is these icons will actually animate when you hover over them, as well as there'll be animation across
Nice.
Yeah, see? So if you hover over them, they'll
That's
act
awesome.
Beautiful.
this preview, it'll also be available to that particular element in the funnel builder itself.
That's super cool.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
cool thing is, it will be applied for every single element, right? Be it image, you can do the with section, column, like all the elements, you'll be able to do all these. And this is just the start. First, we're coming with entrance animation, then it will be on click, on hover. So yeah, so these cool things are coming very soon.
Cool.
Yeah. Going forward, another thing, like one of the major challenges that we have realized this quarter is that since we are shipping so fast and a lot of features, we need to also provide a very streamlined experience to our customers in terms of settings. So yeah, what we are just doing is we're making it slightly more simplified, things where you expect them to be, as well as having a consistent experience across all elements. You shouldn't expect a different set of settings if you're opening a text versus if you're opening, let's say, an image, so that the muscle memory gets adapted and you're better faster able to make those funnels and websites. So
Oh,
this is
that's
the UI.
great. So like the padding block will always be the third block or something.
Yes. It'll be
Nice.
always the third section, whether it be text, whether it be image, and so on and so forth. And yeah, and like as even the things that I mentioned before, right? For example, block it, all of them are sort of a result of this. How do we make this experience much more streamlined so people are able to effortlessly work? Yeah, and like and along the same theme, upgraded color elements. Essentially, this will be a new block where there'll be like a dropper functionality coming by the end of this quarter. You can each switch between hex, RGB, HSV, all those variants along with this. So yeah, this was from the funnels side, coming on to the analytics and event tracking. So what we're going ahead with this, like as all of you folks may be aware, that Facebook has restricted the device side tracking by a bit. Sorry, Apple has restricted the device side tracking a bit. And now Facebook, they came up with this new conversions API, which allows functionality of a browser side tracking as well, hence improving the conversions on your ads. So we're also providing that functionality that you'll be able to add pixel IDs, multiple pixel IDs, whether do you want tracking to be done at a funnel level or a page level. And if you're choosing a page, then decide which page of the funnel you want to have tracking with, as I mentioned, functionality for conversion API. All of this jargon, what will help you is better reach out, target those customers that were slightly leaking out because of some technical restrictions that were imposed by Apple. So yeah, this is how it will be look. You'll be able to have tracking across multiple funnels using multiple pixel IDs, as well as if you want even at a page level. And like it's a afterthought that we have, like after probably that we also see basis the feedback that we get from this Facebook integration, we'll also look forward to have this integration with Google Ads as well, so that the same thing can be implemented there as well.
Cool. So one thing to add here. So what
Yeah.
we are saying is, so right now, if you want Pixel to track, right? If you want Pixel to track your funnels, so you have to copy the code, put it in the header or body tracking code. No, now no longer you have to do that. You'll just come here, you add an event. You can just send via Pixel, or like what Sakib was mentioning, from backend also you can send via Facebook Conversion API. And the good point is you can define it on page view, on button click, on video views, on image things. So it will go sequential. I think page view is the first one and first step order form. So slowly you'll be able to send all the events, right? And it will become much more customizable like this. So there are 4 events that you're sending. You can have multiple pixel IDs. So all those functionalities we're providing to you. And you can choose from a list of events that Facebook provide, that you can mark that as a lead or mark that as some payment event, something like that. So yeah, all that is going to come here.
Yeah, going forward, team. Another thing that we are currently working in is on the media library revamp, where we are providing like a lot of basic quality of life improvements, such as, being able to select multiple images, multi-download them, being able to delete them. So yeah, we are also providing like this a better aspect ratio view, as well as a thumbnails versus a listing view, as you can see. And over here, like much more things that you can do with your media library now on, as well as a UI revamp so that it looks nicer and our customers have a great time using it. And so yeah, even like the integration that we will have with funnels first, and then going forward, all the products across GHL, this is how it will look like. You will be able to select multiple media as well as interact with it. And like, for example, currently the single click, double click behavior, it's sort of irregular across depending in from which product you open from the platform. So we'll also look forward of streamlining this experience so that no matter which product you're using at GHL, essentially when the media library opens, you expect a uniform behavior. And also like a better image preview. Like we currently don't have this functionality, providing that, and going forward, we'll have also an image editor inside the GHL media library itself. And there's another idea that we will start working on. This is similar to how we have app marketplaces. We'll also provide the functionality of having custom widgets for your funnels and websites. So you will be directly able to have plugins similar to other platforms that are there on the market. You'll be able to have the same functionality over at HighLevel Funnel Builder as well.
Cool.
So
So
yeah.
one thing, so in the last slide, so essentially what we are doing is, right, so you guys report us that these features are missing. So what we are providing is like WordPress marketplace, like WordPress plugin, or say Shopify marketplace apps. So there will be a marketplace apps which is built for funnels, and developers will be able to develop the app. They'll be able to sell the app. So it can be free, paid, whatever functionalities are there. And from a website point of or funnel point of view, from agency side, you'll be able to control whether it should be visible or not. You can install in different locations, and inside the builder, it will be shown like this. So you just drag and drop, and all the functionalities will be provided to you. So that's in that way, like we are enhancing the experience so that lot features can be built not just by us, but from the whole community, right? So yeah, that's the idea.
This is amazing. And this is going live this quarter.
So it will start. We'll start the work probably this quarter or early next quarter. It should go live.
Are the
That's
plans for this to be charged or free, or how,
So
or whatever
it
we
is
want?
as per developer. So as a developer, you are free to develop it. Nothing will be charged. But as a developer, you can have the thing that it is paid or it is free, or maybe free trial for
So
something.
HighLevel is not going to monetize. So we at HighLevel are not going to monetize this till January of 2025. So it is solely the developer's discretion. Like if they want to give it out for free, they can. If they want to charge the agency, they can. If they want to use the rebilling system and charge the location with the agency markup, they can also do that. So all of those options are available to the partners, but we are not going to make this chargeable from our side.
Got it. Cool. This is awesome.
yeah. Cool. I think my friend Prakar will take forward from here. So yeah. Prakar, do you want to share the screen or should I? You're on mute.
Yeah, I'll share the screen. Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if anybody has any queries, or if you are interested in developing apps for HighLevel, specific to say funnels website, I have picked my speak with us link, so you can book the calendar, and like definitely would like to talk to you. Cool. So now domains. So for domains, we have released new faster domains. So we recommend everybody to shift to this domain. So with this, you can see the Google page speed performance. Funnels and website will be 15% faster. It will be DDoS protected, and there will be better caching of pages. There are a lot of good things. And we have also provided a functionality where what you have to do is you have to just click on migrate domain. If you have like the automatic flow, if you are connected with say GoDaddy, Cloudflare, Google, INS, so in which domain connect is provided, I think it will be seamless process for you. If it is say manual process, you have to change it, go to a DNS provider, change the CNAME or A records, and just click on migrate domain, and it will be live. And if when you click on migrate domain, we also generate SSL certificate. So your security will be better. So everything will be better. So just switch to this. We recommend you to switch to the newer domain, right? And if you face any issues, just go to the support team. They'll be able to help you out. And this migration of existing domain thing. So we have integrated this not only in funnels website, but even in say branded domain. You talk about client portal, everywhere it is implemented now. So all the process should be seamless for you now. Cool. One more thing that we did was earlier with client portal, white label and API domain, you have to do the manual flow. So there was no domain connect. So domain connect is also integrated with these places. So now you'll be able to just follow the domain connect process that you have been following in funnels and website. Cool. So I'll move on to forms and survey. So in forms and survey, one big thing that we released was payments, products and payments in forms and survey. So earlier, in our earlier release, which was in January, that was mostly focused on the donation side. We can collect custom amount from that. But right now, if you drag and drop a payment element, you'll be able to add the product. So you just click on add product, whatever products is available, you'll be able to add from here. You'll be able to decide whether you want to show the description, you want to show the image, you can define the layout as well. So all these functionalities are there in form. So just go and check out and build your form, and you can just market it from here. Next thing is order confirmation page. So under on submit, earlier you used to see two options, open URL or just message. So now there's third page called order confirmation page. So as soon as like you select some product, by default we choose order confirmation page, and you'll have like a beautiful looking order confirmation page. So yeah, just go and check out. And if you have any suggestions related to this, please like book a time as per your suitable time, like from my calendar, and definitely will improve upon the feature. Next thing, which is coming, which will be going live in a month's time, is single line forms. So a lot of people have requested us this, that they want a single line form. The use case is if you want people to put their say name, email ID, and they want to subscribe, you can't do that right now. You have to put two fields, but submit button comes below only, right? It doesn't come in a single line. So now in the form layout, instead of you having say like just like inline field, you have three options: one column, two column, or single line. And in initial phase, we are giving up to 4 field option. So 4 fields will be shown in the single line.
What? That's so awesome.
Yeah. So, and I think that will make the process very seamless. And right now, even in other platforms, right? If you check other platforms, if you have to use custom CSS there. So it's not easy to do in any platform, but we realized like this is so important. So we are pushing this forward, and yeah, it's going to go live very soon. Next thing is with funnels, right? You had the thing that you have a lot of settings, but it was not grouped. Similar in forms, we had like a lot of settings. It was not grouped. It was hard to change anything. So what we did is few of the basic settings we are going to show you, that there will be styles, themes, and options. And under styles, there will be few options for layout, and like you can change the font type, the general font style, some colors and background. And if you want to do any more settings, right, you can just click on advanced setting, and all of the settings that is already visible, you can do that. So what we figured out is most of the people, whatever they use, so we put it under the main part, and like for advanced user, they can just click on advanced setting. So it will make the process seamless. More features like label alignment. Right now, label can only be aligned on the left side. So we are working on the things that you can have label on top and field on bottom. So those kind of functionalities will come soon. Yeah. Next is like email verification, we are going to have SMS verification, right? So you put phone. So right now, if you put email, right, you have an option called validate email. If you turn it on, so when somebody fills the form, you'll have verify email button. Similar to that, when you drag and drop a phone field, there will be something called validate phone. And the same
And are we
process.
going to do like access code verification or just syntax check?
So yeah, just syntax check. So basically like OTP verification. We are going to send the SMS.
Yeah. So
With
that's the access code verification, right? Awesome.
yeah. So they just have to put that code, and yeah, that's how they can verify. Yeah. And we have seen like a lot of people are using email verification. And if anybody has any suggestion related to this, please book the link so that we can incorporate that feedback once we develop this feature. Cool. So yeah, I think with that,
I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
I was just wondering, are you guys looks like you guys have before all this, you guys had some sort of phone number validation. Like you couldn't start with like a 0, for example. Are you guys willing to expose that, like open source that logic or somehow, or
Yeah,
because
I mean that logic wasn't very robust. So what we were doing was when the lead visited the page, we were trying to find out like what's what's their IP, like general IP.
Yeah.
And then based upon that, we guess the location and we try to find out that, hey, they're from X country and, the phone number should look like this.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it. That's all
Is
there.
it not worth letting that out for other people to use, or is it just, what do you think? Because
No,
it's
no.
cool, right? I mean, it's nice. It's a nice touch. Are you guys keeping some of that going forward, or
No, so all of that is going to stay the way it is.
okay?
Yeah.
So the only change that we are making is, so if you want valid phone number, right? So the way we did for valid email, so once you fill this form, you have to go to your email. There will be a code that you have to copy and paste here. Then only you'll be able to submit the form.
And
right?
James,
And that's the
basically,
option.
this is not validation. This is verification.
No, I understand. I understand. Like I said, I was talking about everything before this. You guys had some sort of little validation. I couldn't not type a 0 and get it through, even though I had specifically 10 numbers, right? So you're doing more than just a 10 number check.
Yeah. So we are looking at the country and
Yeah.
we are figuring out how the phone number should look like.
Yeah. Cool. I was
So that
just
will
curious
stay.
I was just curious what that logic was. I wouldn't mind having it
Got it.
if
Yeah.
you're willing to share.
So Prakhar, it's going to stay that way, right? The regular.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So it'll stay.
validation is going to remain exactly the same. Yeah.
Right. I guess I'm saying I could use that for my own, third party type stuff.
Okay. So what you can do is, like, probably you can book the call with me.
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
just go.
Okay,
Thank you.
I understand this now. So James, it's basically just a package from Google. It's a
Okay. It's a library. A library.
Yeah, a library. That's all.
Thank you. That's all. That's all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's literally called Google number verifications, something like that.
Because the reason I ask is because of all the chat bots, the chat bots would be nice to know if they were looking for a little bit smarter than just 10 digits.
Yeah, makes sense. So it's a
Thank
JS
you.
package.
Thank you.
It's an open source package.
Thank you.
Cool. So with that, like, I'll hand it over to Pooja's team. Like,
let me just take over the screen.
Sure.
Hey everyone. The first thing that I wanted to share is, like, we've been I would say, like, in Social Planner, we have done like pretty much a good progress. Like, we reached like around like 8 million published posts for all the different socials. And just to give on a good note, like, we have started like growing ourselves in terms of like, certain things that we are putting out this quarter. We did not do like very major releases in quarter 1, so I just wanted to put forward, like, we have done like almost like the things that we plan to do for quarter 2 end. Like, we almost done like pretty much the half of it, in terms of like they are ready, they are in like approval processes. So the first thing that I wanted to share with everyone is that we have been working on public APIs for Social Planner, and it's almost ready, and we are already in the process of like putting the last checks around it, and it should be live in like couple of more days. Probably by end of like May is something that you should be expecting. YouTube videos and shorts, like, everything is ready from our side, but we've given it to like, for Google verification, in terms of like, there are certain scopes, because we are a third party. That's why, like, we are waiting for that approval. I guess, once that's done, like, everything will be out there live for YouTube video and shorts. In last town hall, like, I had shared like, how it looks, and I'm just not like, in process of like showcasing again. So if you guys want to like, check anything out, like, just book my call, and I can definitely show you like, how we have configured and how it will work for multiple videos, and how you can add like, YouTube shorts on your channel. Then the other thing that we are going to provide is in Social Planner is @mention, or if I have to say like, tagging of profile. That's something that we are doing as a to-do work. I would say like, we already finished all the work, but it's right now in approval process, because we require like multiple approvers from like, different socials. So that's something that we are working, like, we have worked on, and it's right now in the final stages of approval. Once we get that, I guess like, it's going to go live soon. The other thing that we have done is Social Planners like notification enhancement. So after receiving like, votes on ideas board, like, and after talking to a lot of customers, and we did do a good analysis of the tickets that we get. On basis of that, we were able to find like majority of the people face the issue with like, about their failed post, or like, they want to get notified beforehand. before the pre-expiry of that particular integration. So all those things, like looking at it, and then like, the votes on ideas vote, we were able to finalize, 6 like ideal notifications that actually help people out in terms of to get like, like things sorted out even before like, a social post is like, carried out or published. With that, like we have changed like a lot of UI and UX experience inside like, the social planner in order to like go through the process. I'll definitely go ahead and like showcase like what we have in plan. The other thing that we are going to do is LinkedIn carousel post. Based on like, how we were able to find like the most engagement platforms, like LinkedIn is one of them. But like, if you start posting instead of videos and like, images, like if you start posting like your PDFs as an image, like that content is considered to be a better engagement score compared to like, how you do the regular ones. Then looking at like, with further development into like, Facebook groups is going away in terms of like, it's already gone away for third-party publishers. So with that, like we are bringing in the alternative of like, community posting. So on Social Planner only, you can create your evergreen content and keep on posting on communities. And then the third part is like based on like feedbacks about review posts, like we have done some enhancement that's already planned out, and we're going to put it out as much as possible by end of this quarter. So I'm just going to go ahead and showcase like, the things. This is how we are going to do. So if you are writing the content for your tagging of profile, like once you start typing in, we will be showing a message that says that, if you click on customize for each post, you can go over there. And once you start typing, you can also search by like, it will show the public profiles or @ mentions that are public, which you can actually see like, how many followers they have, and you can tag them out. Then the next thing that we are gonna right now working on, I would say the major change that's coming out in terms of like UI UX is of Social Planner. Like after talking to a lot of customers and then looking at like, how the user experience actually works, like we were able to find like some smaller things and some bigger things. One of the big things that got highlighted over like, period of time, which was like, if I want to create like a like Instagram story, Instagram reel, and then like YouTube short, it's not possible to do it all together today, right? Or TikTok video. So if you want to do it today, like you are going to create like 3 different posts. So with this new enhancement, like our goal is to give like, with one post only, you can create all 3 of the things together. And then like we wanted to customize our view of UI of like, the Social Planner list view. So now you will be having like a list view and then like the calendar view both side by side, as well as we are changing like the look and feel of like, our settings page. Like, we are growing in terms of number of socials. Like in future, we are going to add even the Pinterest part of it. And then looking at it, we know that, the page scroll for the settings area to connect your own social accounts was like, pretty long. So with that, like we have just kept it in mind that, with socials, like social connection, it should be like, easy to know like which accounts have expired and which are active at that point of time.
Pooja, can you go back one slide real quick?
Yes.
First of all, this is so awesome. But I think it's also a good opportunity for a fun pop quiz, because I didn't know this until Pooja taught it to me, and maybe you caught her say it. Does anybody know what the real name for the @ symbol is? Type it in the chat. 5 seconds. 4, 3. If anyone gets it, I'm gonna
Is it fair if I
send you
know
a
it in
prize.
Korean?
2, 1. Oh, Shivam, you're a cheater. You're on the team. @ I never knew that. But maybe when I first heard Pooja saying it, I was like, wait, what are you saying? She's like, @ the symbol. I was like, what? That's what it's called? So your fun fact of the day. Sorry, Pooja, carry on.
No worries. I would say like, it's not a typical go-to word, but yeah, anyone who is like, been on the socials kind of platform, like they know that they call them @ mention. Yeah. Cool. The other things that I was talking about, like about notifications, UX improvement, and then adding the other notification. If you check over here, like if we are missing out on any of the notifications, so we are doing, like for example, if you are creating a post for approval, then that notification will go to the approver, and then if it's approved or rejected, like the creator will get the notifications for that. Then if you have expired accounts, you will get notifications for that. And even before pre-expiry, like for example, if you have connected your Facebook page and it has like an expiry of 90 days, then like on 80th day, like you will get notified that, your account is going to get expired, please reconnect. So that is just like, an easy way to prevent you from like losing out any content that you've created. And everyone who's been wishing hard for like, post failed, I guess like, everyone over here on the call, like who's been using Social Planner would be like, I want to get notified anytime like my post fails, and then like, you want to repost it out. So we have provided like, consideration with this, like these are all email notification, but in future, like we'll bring in like, in-app notifications for this as well. But this is just the start where we are going with. The next thing that I wanted to show is this is what community posting is going to look like. We've taken one thing in mind. For example, if like, if you were on our team in terms of marketing team, and if you wanted to post as Chase, right? Majority of the people who would be like, running like large marketing teams, like want to run like community posting is more like, you want to do something similar to Facebook group and have your own community over there, and then you want to interact with them. So with that thing in mind, like if you are on marketing team on HighLevel and you want to post it as Chase, over here, like in community posting, we are going to allow like, the person who wants to get request like done, like for example, I'm the person and I send request to Chase that can you approve, like, I want to create post on your behalf on communities. Then he will get a notification which he can approve. And then like, when you're creating the post, you can also on behalf of like, post it on communities. So like I can post it on behalf of Chase and then publish it out. So this is how we are going to plan, as in like we are already started our work around it, and we are going to allow you to post it on groups and as well as in channels. Like you will be opting to post on channels only, in terms of like you will be just connecting your group, and then like you can post it on all different channels that you have. The next thing that we are planning to do is the LinkedIn carousel post. So once you upload your PDF, it will become a photos, as in like, images over here. And then like you can add multiple PDFs as well. And then it just converts it into like, your go-to like numbers of like, images over there, and you can publish it out as a post. This is just a start to look at like, looking at all the socials and the type of like, post that you can create. With that, like, the highest engagement is with LinkedIn. So we have just kept that in mind. Yeah. Now the big reveal, I guess, like, a lot of people have been like raising like, requests around like, we want like updates to the blogs inside like HighLevel. So we've recently went across, and then like, there are certain things that you should be expecting soon, probably like within 2 weeks timeline. So we have done like certain changes. I'll be revealing, like, I'll be just showcasing a demo of that. So these all things like we have tried to target this time. Like you will be able to create like canonical URLs for your blog post. There is a URL simplification that we have done. Like we've removed the /b and /c. Now we will be having like, how you have like funnel builder, website builder. There will be also something called as blog builder. So you can customize your own home page and then like, the blog post page, like however you want, like you want to add like a comment section over there, a subscribe blog section over there. You can add all of those things. Then you will be able to create like automated sitemap. Like, earlier it was more like, you had to go every time your blog post used to go out, you had to go and like update the sitemap. Now we have just done an automated way. And then like, one of the big things that we used to hear is that, my blog is not opening in like new page. So that thing, we have solved it out. Now it will open in a new page and you will be able to go through this. Let me just go ahead and just share my screen in terms of, I'll just showcase the brief demo of that. So this is the view that you will be coming in. You will have a blog option over here. You will be having a default blog. So till now, whatever was working for you, like everything will be over here in terms of all the blog posts will be here. You will be able to still create like new blog posts for them, but they won't have all these like, the simpler URL simplification, the sitemap related things. But if you want to move over to the newer blog post, which is our biggest recommendation to everyone. So the first thing that you will be doing is like, when you click on new, you can add your own blog title over here. So I'm just going to do like, simpler one. And then I'm just going to choose. And then I can add like, meta description. These are all SEO related things. Like you will be required to add your own domain over here. You can add like blog.abc.com also. And then you can also add like, abc.com/blog as well. The next thing that you will be able to see once like, your blog is created. Just waiting for 1 second. Yeah. So now this is your blog that is created. You will be able to create like multiple blog posts from here. And now when you hit like, edit blog post as in blog site, this is how it will come up. I'll just take like few seconds. Yeah. So this is how it will look. We've just taken like, dummy images and everything. You'll be getting your own builder over here. You'll have all your elements that you need in terms of for blog. You'll also get like, option to change between home and blog posts. So you will be able to go into blog posts. So this is how it looks. This is how it looks. So you'll be able to add like, your custom form, subscribe me option. You can also add like your custom comment section if you have any integrations for that. So those things you'll be able to do, as well as like if you go to blog home, you will be able to add in your own like, custom like look and feel of it. So for example, like if I was here, like I will be able to choose between these two. This is just the start that we provided. In future, like you will be able to custom build this UI and then like, make like, create your own look and feel for this. You can also like play around, like for example, I don't like the tags over here. I can move that out. I don't like the author name. I can move that out. Like you can remove as many things as you want, like from this. And then you can also style your blog however you want, like whatever the postcard needs to look like, what the background needs to look like. You can like change the colors of them and then make it like, more like brand specific to how you are running today. So this is like what we are going to launch like pretty much in like 10 days. And I guess like, there's like a lot of questions around it. I'll drop in my calendar link inside the channel. Like anyone who has any question, please come to us and we'll be able to help you to like, navigate how you can move from new to old one, from old to new one. And then like, anything that you want to do across, like how it solves in terms of URL simplification or the sitemap, like I'll be able to showcase to you before we go live. Thank you, everyone. I guess
Pooja, this is so exciting. My name's Pamela. I am a power user for the blogs. I will definitely book in a call, but I am really excited about this. Great work. Very exciting to see.
Yep. And this should solve out almost anything that was an issue for SEO, sitemap, and search engine related and indexing related, which was more of a problem compared to like, the content generation side of it. So with that, like, this should solve almost all the issues that you might have faced till now.
And do you think I'll be able to fix the older blog posts that I have? Is that there's over 150 of them probably? Is there?
So we are going to give like a proper thing. Like once we launch it out, we're going to give you an option to migrate from your old to new. That should be that you should be moving towards. Like the idea is anything new that you are creating, like we don't want you to create like in the older ones. The idea is that, if you move to the new one, you're going to eventually like, solve out the problems that you are facing.
And what about the B and C? If I've referenced other blog posts in other blog posts, those links will still work?
I would say like, those links will not work because we have dropped in like that /B and /C. Like your older blog post and everything will work however it is. But this new structure, like once you move over, like all those links will be active if you want to keep them alive. But if you want to create like a replica and start running a new altogether a function, like you will be able to do with. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
But old links never die. Like, we are not going to like, make them die. Like eventually over a period of time, like will help you to navigate yourself and migrate to the newer version.
Yeah, I didn't think that you would cut them off for sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. I guess Jaya will take over.
Pooja, one question I have for Pooja. Pooja, is the thought of this blog post just for high level sites, or is the thought that you could use them within WordPress sites as well?
So our goal is that, you create, so this will become like, your own navigation. So it won't anymore sit inside like funnel and website. You create your whole blog, you create your domain URL, go to WordPress, add in like over there as an option of blog. When someone navigates over there, it opens actually a builder or like, like URL function, which will like open your blog altogether.
So will this be available through the lead connector plugin?
Our goal is to reach there. I guess, like, with this release, it has not reached there right now. But yeah, in future, like, probably after the release, like, we'll focus definitely on this, like, to add it inside, like, our lead connector plugin.
Got it. Thanks.
Thank you. Shay, you can take it over.
Thank
Awesome.
you, Pooja.
Quick time check. We are almost at halftime. So let's pace ourselves accordingly.
No worries. To let me know when you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So I'm going to walk you through emails and template library. So with regards to email, there were a couple of interesting releases that happened this quarter or the previous end. So the first thing was campaign statistics. Previous to this release, the only way to see statistics or some metric around the campaign that you're sending was at an individual level. But now with this release, you would be able to see a holistic picture of how your campaigns or your marketing efforts around email marketing campaigns are working. You can look at the revenue details. You can look at the performance analysis with respect to what were the open rates, what were the clicks, or what were the actual conversions or the orders that were made. And if you want, you can also benchmark it against your top emails. So if you see on this particular screenshot, you can see top 5 emails on the basis of revenue. And you can also see the 10 most recently sent emails. Now, how this helps you is you can choose them or take them as a benchmark and see how your recently sent emails are doing with respect to that. This is more of a calibration and also sometimes seen as a motivating factor when we talk with different individuals who are using this. But right now with this release, you can see a holistic picture. The future with this is right now, you can see last 7 days and last 30 days, but in future, you would also see 60 days and 90 days. And we are also trying to see how we can incorporate statistics for everything email. So when I say everything email, it is also about the templates that are getting used in some other products. So that is the end vision, but this is a step 1 towards that vision. Moving on. The next thing that we are doing is from now on, you would be able to add a custom reply to address for your email campaigns. Now, the reason we brought this up is because there would be some campaigns where you would want probably your marketing team or your customer engagement team or some respective individual to answer or handle the responses. Now you can key those details while you are configuring the sender schedule screen for that particular campaign. And you can choose who exactly needs to handle the responses by at the same time keeping the sender email different. So you can say the sender email is probably a company generic email, but probably the reply to address is a very custom or specific individual's email who would possibly be handling these responses. So that is the second thing that we have already went live with. There were a few other major releases that also went through. One is the capability of importing templates from Kajabi. So the process is fairly simple, wherein you simply need to send a test email to the email ID that we dynamically create. And at the backend, we will import that particular template inside the email marketing section. Now, the idea towards this is eventually you would be able to follow the same process for all the different, any other platform wherein you have saved your templates. And the next step or the end goal towards this is wherein you would be able to convert these HTML code block files into a, or convert it into a design editor builder. So you can basically see how the individual elements are coming up. That is the end vision. But right now we want to check that we are able to import templates from everywhere and anywhere. So this is a step 1 towards that. The second step would be, of course, wherein from any other platform, you would be able to import these HTML files. Now, along with that, a very interesting release that also took place was resend to unopened. Now, imagine that you have sent to 100 different contacts, and out of them, only 50 of them ended up opening your email. And for some reason, the rest of the 50 did not open that email. Now you can re-engage with those 50 people with a different, probably with a different subject line. and with the same email body content. So you can right now go under the email that you had sent in, click on the three dots, and then choose the option resend to unopened. With a slight modification on the subject line, you would be able to send or re-engage with those customers or those contacts who probably did not engage with your original email. So this is also something that we have already gone live with. Something that we went live with yesterday, and we are very excited about this. Just to ensure that you preserve your brand identity and your typography is similar in your e-commerce websites and your emails, we have introduced Google Fonts inside Email Builder as well. Now you would be able to add these fonts from both within the builder and the campaign statistics section. And in case you would want to remove it from the selector menu, you would also be able to delete it. So you would be possibly seeing a changelog today on this. And this is something that we have ensured that it's tested and it's live as of today. So these were a few of the things which we already went live with. Now the exciting things that are coming our way this quarter. The few things that we are already working on, and probably in few weeks or in probably the next week, you would be able to see something related to this. The first thing is tracking links. Basically, the click performance report of your particular campaign, irrespective of the number of links that you added inside an email. If you wish to see who clicked on what was a click rate of individual buttons or individual links that you have added onto your email campaign, you would be able to do it with a single toggle. By default, this toggle would be switched on. So this is a choice if you want to track the links inside campaigns, yes or no. So this is something that is already in the dev sprint. Other than that, there is also brand board. I have designs of all the three things on my following slides. I'm going to quickly cover them. So brand board is basically wherein you save all your fonts, all your brand colors, and all your logos at one specific place. And I think like Sakib and Prakhar mentioned on their funnels presentation as well, you would be able to reuse those colors on the eventual goal is on any builder, but at the starting phase, you would be able to see it at both email builder and funnels. So whenever you click the color picker, the first suggestion or the first thing that you find for quick access would be your brand colors. So that is the idea towards this. Now, other than that, we also have countdown timer, which is also a separate product, which we envision that we will sync at both email and funnels. So if someone sees a particular timer inside an email, clicks on that link, lands onto a funnels page, those two timers should be at sync. So this is the ideology wherein we have separated countdown timer as a product, but this is also something that will come under both email builder and funnels in this quarter. Other than that, the capability of adding UTM parameters and inside your campaigns with a single toggle on, and capability to add defaults to your custom fields. We are aware that right now for email campaigns, if the custom field is null for a particular contact, it typically renders as a blank space. So with respect to that, we want to provide you with the capability that whenever you are adding a custom field, you can add in a default value for that, so that if the value is null, it does not actually render as a blank space, and it actually renders something that makes sense probably in the context of that campaign. Example, if you add hi first name, and if there is no first name that you registered for that contact, probably you can use hi there. So other than that, there is also checklist or error checks that we're implementing. So checklist is basically a long-term vision, but then the first thing that we are going to bring this quarter is you would be able to see exact errors that you might have made inside the email. And these are both errors and warnings. For example, if probably you did not add a link field inside a button, or if the custom fields or the custom values that you have added are invalid or are not present at your location, or the sender details have some syntax error, all those errors would be listed out in that particular review or checklist page. And that is something that we are aiming for this quarter as well. Now, I'll quickly go through some of the designs. So for brand board, you would be able to save both all three fonts, colors, and logos. And inside colors, you would be able to go ahead and add and also specify a name for that color. So in case you do not want to remember the hex codes, you can also go ahead and add a particular name for that. We took a suggestion and we are going to support both RGBA and hex code for this. And how it will render inside email builder is similar to this, wherein wherever you go ahead and click a text, choose a text block, or whenever you use the color picker, you would be able to see the suggestions of brand colors as the first thing that comes up on your screen. So I think this is something that is already in development. The other thing which I talked about is click performance. Now, this is something that we envision of showing that click performance report, wherein you would be able to see all the individual links, what were the total clicks made, what were the unique clicks made. And if you want to see an individual drill down for respect to that, you would be able to see it here. Eventually, we would also give you the sorting capabilities wherein you can see all those links, not only on the order of occurrence, but probably at the order of highest clicks to lowest clicks. So that is the vision towards this. And the last thing that I'm going to show a demo of is countdown timer. Now, countdown timer, we have decided that would be a separate entity wherein you can create all your timers, save it, and then go ahead and reuse it at different products. The three type of timers that will eventually come into place is fixed, recurring, and dynamic. In our recent this quarter release, we would be supporting fixed and recurring both. So let me just share my screen. Yeah. So countdown timer would be a separate product under the marketing section wherein you would be able to save all your timers. How do you do it? You just simply click on new. We have given you some predefined templates here for quick start. So these are the designs that we are going to support in the iteration 1. We are adding more designs as we speak. So when I click on continue with this template, I would be able to basically figure out what are the generic parameters of this particular timer. When does it end? If the timer is active, if someone clicks on this particular countdown timer, which page do they land to? If the countdown timer is expired, which page do they actually lead to? So you can specify these things. Then you have basic styling parameters to figure out how does the font look, what are the color parameters, so on and so forth. And how does it look inside any of the builder is, so this is email builder. So inside email builder, I can drag and drop a countdown timer element. And when I do this, I would be able to see, we'll be able to align it inside the email builder, and I'm also able to choose all the different from all the timers that I've already saved inside that countdown timer page. So that is the end vision towards it, wherein you can drag and drop it inside the builders. Similar thing would also come into funnels. So what will end up happening is both the timers would be in sync, and you would be able to see all the timer related metrics like who clicked on what under the countdown timer section. So this is the vision towards what we are working for countdown timer. And this is something that we have plans for the email builder. I would be dropping my meeting link in the chat. If anyone has any suggestions regarding the brand code, or if they want to share anything on any of the items that I've already shared, I think it will be great if we can have a conversation. So do book a meeting on my calendar link if there are any suggestions that you find or that you think might be useful. It would be great for us, and it would be very helpful for us. The next thing.
Hi, Shreya, this is Patrick. Are you able to answer any questions in regards to the Outlook sync, two-way sync? Can I meet with you, or do I need to meet with somebody else for?
So that's going to be the conversations team. That's an entirely different team. But don't worry, I have already sent the feedback. The possibility of having one-way sync instead of the two-way sync for Outlook, or maybe people being able to connect their Outlook without even syncing the emails. So the developer, so the developer already looked at it. We have got a few such requests in the past. We'll just have to prioritize it depending upon the volume.
Thank you so much, Shivam.
Awesome. Shreya, Hi, it's
Yes.
Glenn. Quick question. First of all, the implementation of the timers great. I mean, because you're allowing us to basically build a library of templates for ourselves and then just drop them in. Are those plans, are there plans to do that similar type of implementation with some of the other widgets that are available in the email builder, like building sections out and building things like that we can just bring in and drop into any email we create?
Uh, when you say sections, are these like elements of images or videos, which probably you reuse a lot of times?
Yeah, maybe it's a 2 column or a 3 column, and it's got some predefined, things in that I use, often as a closing links or something to do with an email. I just would be I think it would be helpful to have that similar type of functionality to help us more quickly, build emails that way.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting ask. As of now, we do support saving elemental level snippets for templates, wherein if there is a text snippet and I probably reuse it a lot of times, I can simply go ahead and click on save. And what it does, it goes ahead and saves it in the saved item. So whenever you open any of the email builder, even from a scratch, you would be able to see those sections here. So we will add a search bar here, and you can probably rename these particular elements as well. So there is a capability of renaming them as well, just to ensure that the searching becomes a lot easier. This quarter, we are also going to add in a search bar here to make it more convenient. Having
Yeah.
said that, this is right now at an elemental level, but I think you are talking about multiple elements grouped together. Is
Well,
my
more
understanding?
like a persistent footer, or has something that we predefined one time and
I guess
Yeah.
Glenn, that is already possible today. If you have a footer and if you have like multiple elements, you can just put that whole section over there, and then you will be able to save that out altogether. So example, like this is one of your section and you are adding like image also over here. You can just put it in saved elements and then you can reuse it in multiple emails that you're creating.
okay, great. Thank you.
And I guess Shreya's team is also working on one more interesting project. So if you have like multiple footer, like we will be giving in some themes of footers instead of having just like a simple footer over there. And then you can play around, use those also, or then you can edit and then keep it in saved elements as well. So they will be like more like themes across the board inside the element level. Yeah.
And last thing, unless I'm missed it, which is certainly possible. When you're doing building out an email, and then you want to kind of optimize it for mobile versus desktop, maybe some more functionality with changing fonts or things in different views. I don't believe we have that today, right? Unless I missed that, but
We do.
We do have for formatting, wherein you would be able to go ahead and basically hide and unhide elements on the basis of whether you want to make it visible inside mobile or desktop view. So you can basically create multiple elements and figure out which element you want to show in which particular view. And similarly, under the appearance section also, we provide mobile formatting option, wherein if you click on how the headings formatting needs to be rendered as, you can go ahead and specify those here.
so I can have like a 16-point font on, let's say, a desktop and a 14 or an 18 on the mobile. I'm not even
Yes.
aware that that's there. Okay, thank you.
No worries. Probably you can check this out, and then under the preview section, you can see both of the previews of a mobile versus a desktop view under the preview section.
The previews I'm aware. Yeah, okay. Thank you. That's great. Thank you.
Okay.
A quick question around the countdown timers. I'm assuming those are coming into funnels.
Yes, it would. So inside the funnels, you would be basically, when you create a timer, the active page and the expired page also eventually, we are guessing, would be a funnels page only, wherein if the offer is active, you are led to checkout page which has that 25% off. And if that offer is not active anymore, then probably an expired page. So yes, funnels will happen.
So it's going to work on like Deadline Funnel did, like a hard, like you can't get around it. Is it IP based or?
Yes, correct. So it will be a contact identification based, wherein if eventually we are going to also come up with a dynamic timer wherein each individual has a timer set to them. So that is the end goal, that it will work like a deadline where your deadline can be different than someone else's deadline. And we
Oh,
are going
okay.
to be like all the parameters we are checking at the back end so that that cannot be breached.
Thanks.
Okay. If there are any more questions, feel free to block my calendar. I would be putting my link on the chat for this particular call. I'm going to quickly cover template library as well. So for template library, we have some quick updates. And like we mentioned, we want to ensure that the admin controls are quite strong on the particular templates that are visible at individual location level. So we are bringing in a lot of different controls for the admins. For example, the capability of hiding and unhiding high-level templates, because we are aware that some of the templates might not be relevant for your particular agency. So the capability of hiding and unhiding them, the capability of sorting the templates both at the location and the admin view, hiding and unhiding categories, having some kind of help documents so that you are aware of the basic things, how to share a template cross agencies, how to possibly import a template from within the agency. So we are going to create a help doc section there itself, which will help you navigate through different steps. And along with that, there are some interesting onboards that we are working on. So we are working on to onboard or create some templates inside template library for workflows, for documents and contracts, and also for dashboards, so that you can simply add them inside and you just, with a simple click, you are just ready to go. There are some standard templates around that. Just going to share some snippets around the admin controls. So as of now, there are no controls that we provide for the templates that HighLevel team is uploading. So going forward, you will have the capability of hiding those templates. If there are some templates that you feel are not relevant, you can simply go ahead and click on hide, and which will come as hidden, or it will still be visible, but only to the admins. And if you wish, you can go back and click on show again so that you want it to be again visible for the locations. I'll repeat, the admin will have visibility of even the hidden templates. It's just an access control for the location users. So along with that, there are other controls that are also going to come up. We are already live with the design aspect, wherein we recognized that possibly for a funnel or a website, a landscape or a 2x grid view makes more sense to understand what are the individual templates. However, for probably forms, you would want to look more at the description. So basically you can configure how your individual template library view preferences are. You can go ahead and click on the settings and save that. And you would also be able to go ahead and hide categories which are irrelevant for you. So any categories that you see right now already added, you would be able to go ahead and simply toggle it off by making it hidden and not shown to your user base. So yeah, these were some of the things that we plan to bring on for template library and email builder. I'm simply going to add my calendar link on the chat, and I'm going to respond to everything else. But this is everything that I had to present.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks, Shreya. So I think who's next?
Yeah, thanks, Shreya. I'll take it up from here, Shiva. Hi, everyone. Harshit here. We'll be going through documents and contracts. So if any of your clients are currently using our documents and contract feature, you might have seen some action happening in the last few months. And if you are yourself using any other sort of document signing service, mostly the aim is that you can move to our in-house product. Primarily, what we have released in the last couple of months is that you can now add a signing order to your documents. So let's say if you are a legal firm where you need approvers to your documents, you can now add multiple recipients and then set a signing order so that it enables you to get an approval of signer 1 before signer 2 signs the document. Along with that, what we've also launched is easier document management from contact, so that if you are sending out a document to a contact, you can now manage them easily within their tab itself. Third, we also launched sharing templates within sub-accounts. So if you have multiple sub-accounts and you've created a template in X sub account, you can now share it to the Y sub account as well with a simple sharing button. What we now also allow is custom email subjects and from email names, which was a lot requested feature because so far the subject line was not configurable, but now it is. Along with that, what you also saw in the month of March was that we released fillable elements of initials so that any of the signer who's signing the document can sort of put their initials on the page and validate that they've gone through it. Along with that, what we also allow is floating text field, which you can place anywhere on the document and then also add custom values to it so that they can be auto-filled by the time your document goes to the end user. So let's say if you have the title of the contact, you have the company of the contact already saved in the contact details, you can simply add this floating text field, add the custom value, and contact dot essentially title would populate that title whenever the contact is signing the document. So that's really powerful over there. Along with that, we also launched workflow filters where you can now have automation set up on whether the document was viewed, signed, or what template is to be used. To give you a glimpse of how it looks, the signing order is something which is here in the recipient section where you can simply click on set signing order. And as in when you drag and drop the different signers, the document will then go on to them while also showing them that, you cannot currently sign the document because Jane Doe or XYZ person is yet to sign this before you do. Along with that, document management from contact is something that within the documents tab here of the contacts, you can now see the documents that have been sent to this particular contact. Sharing templates is available in the template section where you can simply click on the three dots, click on share, and share it to the relevant sub account. Configuration of name and from email is something that you can do in the settings section of documents and contacts, where the email subject is something that you can configure and also configure that by whose name and from whose email is the document going to be sent every time. Let's say you have 20 people in your team, but you want only one email to be used to send all these documents. It will also help you keep track of the documents, signed documents getting accumulated in one email itself. So that is something which you can now do. Along with that, the fillable elements that I talked of, that once you float this text field, you have a custom value icon here, which you can fill the contact details for, and that will auto-populate those details once the document is received by that particular contact. And they can also edit this if they want. On workflow side, you have filters where you have now viewed, signed, sent, completed, and template also you can choose, which let's say you have 5 templates, you can decide that if it is X template, this workflow would be followed or the other way around. Primarily on the releases end, we've already covered that we did these 3 releases in the month of April. What is coming very soon is snapshot support. So now documents and contracts would be available in snapshots, and you can just simply copy the whole scenario to another sub account. Along with that, what is coming up is dynamic product selection in the list. So let's say today, let's say you are a marketing agency and you want to onboard a new client, you send them an agreement. Today, you have requirements such as that, these are 5 things which are fixed for my client, but there are also these 5 additional things which are optional in nature. Today, there is no option for you to add those optional items in the product list. And that is something which will be going live tomorrow. So then you can send contracts which has fixed element as well as optional elements, which can be selected by the end user and then sort of sign your document. So this will help you, send quotations with optional items and get your contract signed. What is also coming out very soon is checkboxes on documents, which essentially means that if you have government forms, if you have real estate agents who are working with you, they might have requirements where they want to fill up certain government forms and they want to place checkboxes on it. Today, the editor does not have that capability, but very soon we'll be adding checkboxes, and then the signer could essentially group those checkboxes. Like as an editor, you could group those checkboxes and the signer will have an option to select them as and when it's needed. On the usability side, what we've also figured out is that there's multiple PDF upload support, which a lot of our users are asking, which is essentially that if you have 3 PDFs that you want to upload into a single signing experience, today you can't. So now multiple PDF upload support is something that is on our pipeline. Another one is wrecking payment support. Let's say you want to have a one-time payment and then collect recurring payments on products that you've added. Today, the invoice that gets generated after signing a document is just a one-time invoice. So we will make that recurring in nature so that you can collect recurring payments as well. Along with that, today, once the document is signed, viewed, etc., you are not able to see that who viewed it, who signed it, and who is pending. So those UI enhancements will help the clients to better see that, where the document is headed and which status is it in. Any questions so far on documents and contracts?
Hi,
No, I
Ben is my name. I have a simple question, just about the dynamic product selection in lists. Did you mean that in the contracts I can add a couple of products, and whoever is signing will be able to choose the one they actually want to pay for?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing! Just what my clients asked for. Thank you.
I have just a quick question. Last time we were playing with it, I think if I remember correctly, if you send someone a document or and this may not be your area, but if you send somebody an image or a document or something in an email, you can store the document in the documents area in the contact record. It strips it out and puts it there. But it wasn't doing that when we were sending through the API. Do you have any idea if that's been fixed or not? Documents coming through an API com connection, not email, for example.
I believe they should be
Yeah,
added.
yeah, we'll
What
ask that question to the conversations team.
Okay.
And you are using the V2 Conversations API to send out communication. Like, how are you using APIs to send out email?
Well, in our case, we built a custom communications channel for an eBay Motors customer, and they're sending the guy takes pictures of the part that he's
Got it.
looking for,
Yeah,
the things looking for,
I
he
get it
sends it.
now. So this is for the marketplaces team. What we'll have to do is we'll have to give you an option on the custom messaging API, whether you want to store a particular attachment in the contact record or not. So we will have to make that change at the API level. I see the problem now.
Yeah. Also, Shivam, these are related, so I might as well just tell you so you can make a note about it. The other issue is you can't DND a conversation through the API, through a custom channel. There's no way to do DND on it. And then the other problem is in the Lead Connector mobile app. If you have a custom communications channel, you can't have a conversation from the Lead Connector app. It's only the ones that you guys have built in for channels. So I don't know how you get around that, but if I have a customer who's away from his desk and he's trying to work with customers, he's using a custom API channel, he can't communicate to anybody.
Yeah, we are aware of that, and it will be fixed pretty soon. The mobile team was working on it. So the second issue, I mean, it's a non-issue. Just give us some time. It'll be fixed. The DND on the contact when custom communication channels is involved. I just noted that down. And your first feedback was how to add attachments as documents on the contact. Cool. I just sent it to the team. I'll share your email as well. Let's see how they prioritize it.
Yeah, that's fine. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yep.
Got it. I assume there are no other questions. I'll move on to invoicing. So primarily on invoicing, what we've released in the last couple of months is that you can now send an invoice and your end user can decide to pay a partial amount. This is completely dependent on whether you toggle this feature on or off from the settings. So now let's say if you send an invoice of $100, your end user will have an option to, let's say, pay $20 on it or $30 on it as per your configuration, and then pay the rest of the amount later. At the same time, what we were hearing from our users is that the negative priced items were currently not supported in invoicing, which was needed in taxing sort of purposes in multiple geographies. So that is now allowed. What we also launched is invoice line items in CSV export. So now you can directly have a CSV export of all the line items that are there in an invoice. Along with that, what we also launched is image support in terms and notes on invoices, so that if you have, let's say, a customer support link where you want to, or a review page where you want to redirect the user by scanning a QR, now you can simply add an image in the terms and notes, and you can send that invoice out from where the user may choose to go to that section where you want them to. Along with that, what recently got released is tap and pay on invoices on mobile. I think mobile team will cover it in more detail. And we also added CC and BCC support on the invoice emails that go out. To have a quick look at it, it's essentially in the payment settings where you can allow partial payments, and you can also configure the percentage of amount that can be paid every time. So let's say it's $100 invoice. Every time a minimum payment of $50 will have to be made. So that's something which you can toggle on and off, and it will also show you a partially paid icon over here in yellow. Along with that, you can now add negatively priced items in the invoice section, as you can see over here. CSV export is something that we covered. This is just for ease of accounting purposes. Along with that, in image support and text support, you can see that in terms and notes, I just added a QR code, where I wanted my users to go in case they have a printout of this invoice or they are scanning it from their phone. So that is something which you can do, which makes it more customizable per se. Along with that, the same thing that we did with documents and contracts, you can now have a custom subject, and you can also decide that from whom does the email go on to. Tap and pay on mobile is something that mobile team will possibly do further. And in terms of what is coming next, is that we have BNPL and bank debit for invoices as a method of payment that will go out very soon. What is currently in the works is zero integration, which is just like QuickBooks. So you will be able to integrate your zero account as well and do similar things that you can do with your QuickBooks connections. And this is something that we'll keep rolling out one by one, and over time, like this integration will have all the capabilities that you today have with QuickBooks. What is also coming up very soon is payment plans, which essentially means that if you have $100 invoice and you want to split it into 4 payments, you will be able to schedule 4 payments of $25 each, or maybe as per your custom amount on set dates. And that is when that invoice will go out, where the user will have an ability to either pay that invoice of just the $25, or they can select on all the 4 payments and clear them all at once. That's up to you on how you configure it. Along with that, what we are going out with is collecting tips during invoice payment, so that a lot of users where invoice is sent and there's a particular worker to whom certain tip has to be given. Currently, there's no way for a tip to be paid to that account. So that is something that we'll allow, where a tip on top of whatever the invoice payment is can be made. Then what we are coming out planning very soon is estimate to invoice conversion, which is nothing but, let's say there's an on-spot invoice which you want to send to the user, where you've sent them a quote of let's say $30, and you have a negotiation on the phone, or they just give you a comment that $30 is too much and I just want to pay $15 for this. You can directly edit that amount, $15, and send them right over there, so that they can just confirm and then pay that invoice. So that is a quick 2-in-1 payment sort of thing, where you first send a quote, and then immediately after feedback, you send them an invoice where they can directly pay from. Along with that, today Invoice has fixed payment methods. What we'll enable is that you will be able to configure that which all payment methods do you want to enable while you are sending an invoice.
so that you get more flexibility and control over which payment methods do you want to support. That is primarily on invoices. Would love to have any questions that might be there.
I have a quick question. There's something gaining a little bit of traction now where merchants are passing on credit card fees to customers or giving them a cash discount if you want to look at it in the reverse psychology side of it. And one of the integrators that we use, we can do that in our business system on the other end of for us. But is there anything like that available, or will we just add a discount if it was like a ACH payment versus a credit card payment or something like that? Or is there a way to charge any of the fees back to the customer?
I'll take that up. I think as of today, Glenn, there's no potential way. The only way that you can do is probably have the price adjusted in the product price that you configure. But I think we have gotten this feedback, and I think we are working in two directions here. One is we are opening up the payments API framework, wherein there are providers out there which directly allow, as you said, that you're working with providers and they directly allow passing on the credit card fee to the customers, and they can simply allow you to get rid of this headache. So we are in touch with those, and I would invite you to bring in those providers as well, because in a matter of weeks, we are rolling out this public framework where any third-party developer can come in. They can build a payments application within our marketplace app. It will be floated on the same integrations page that is there on the payment side. And if you see the infrastructure, it is already in place. Like 4 integrations are there. It says search more. All of that foundation is laid, and we are doing the final testing in here. So the first method is that we directly allow those integrations to directly come in, so that anyone is able to connect with any provider of their choice, and they're able to have the transaction fee negotiated with their preferred payment provider, have the fees transferred, or have those negotiations in. And the second aspect is that in down the line, probably in the coming quarter, we'll make it work for the native integrations that we host, because we have our native integrations with PayPal, with Stripe, and Authorize and Enema. So I think for that as well, we will enable some product related configurations there in the payment integrations that, hey, I want this particular amount is charged, because if you see the fee structure, there is a complex structure. Like 2.9% is for cards, whereas for BNPL it is a different case, whereas for bank debits it's a different case. So I think on those lines we want to allow, but the first approach is what we are taking in at the first level. And once that is rolled out, I think we'll be shifting over to the second approach in the coming quarter.
No, that's great. I'm just asking if if you're thinking about it as an issue, because I'm seeing it come up more and more now. So if you guys are on top of it, that's fine. I don't need a solution today necessarily, but that's great. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I think I've received this feedback from a few other customers as well. So it's in our list and we are tracking it actively.
Yeah, and our business system, like at the dealership levels, these are truck and cars, customers, they're passing some of those fees on, but doing that on the other piece of software. But I have people using payments inside of HighLevel now, and they're kind of asking for the same kind of functionality. So
correct. And I've also seen a few payment providers come up with that specific functionality only, that, hey, my USP is that I allow my merchants to pass on the credit card fee. And that is where merchant prefer those kind of payment providers, because Stripe does not directly allow that, or any other payment provider does not allow that. And I have been in touch with a few similar payment providers in the US and in Europe as well. So I think those kind of integrations will be floated in once the public framework is there. But I think we on our end will be able to take that once we are done with these kind of integrations.
Yep. Thank you. Great. I don't take too much time. Appreciate the answer. Thank you.
Thanks, Glenn. I think Don asked another question, that financing integrations for estimates, for example, in estimate for a large project, and give them the option to select financing as an option. And by financing, it is a third-party financing, which you are referring to, right, Don?
Yeah, much kind of like what you're doing with like Afterpay and those kind of things on that kind of stuff, but a third-party integration.
Correct. And I think my answer to that was that at the first level, we are enabling these Affirm, Klarna, and Afterpay integration, so that customer is able to come in, they're able to get their account, and they're able to split that. It sorts of acts as a financing for buy now, pay later options. But bringing in more third-party
financing options, I think we can think down the line. It's not in our immediate radar right now, but do you have any integration or any major provider that you have in mind for which you're looking?
There's a couple I can share with you that some of those other ones use, such as the customer factor. I can hook up with you after, just send
Got
that to
it.
you. But it's on the invoice and proposal side. It's that same flow that we were talking about last night, where they can then select an option to finance it through one of those providers.
Makes sense. And I think it makes sense. I'll run this down, and probably once the flow that we discussed last night, I think once that is out, we'll be able to roll this out as well.
Cool.
Thanks, Don. And I think there was one other question, that will this just be for payments, or is it available for SaaS to replace Stripe? I think Shivam has answered this. We, in the long term, we are working on opening up these integrations, whatever we are working at the sub account level, to open up for SaaS as well. And team is already actively working on this. So I think towards the end of this quarter, we would be in a position that SaaS is now allowed with the payment providers that are there in the sub account level. And I think the direction that we are taking in is that, hey, let's continue SaaS to function at the SaaS configurator level as it is functioning, but just open up a gate for agencies to come in a sub account and use any additional payment provider if they want to. So let's say you are using a SaaS configurator, you are creating SaaS accounts directly from the SaaS configurator using Stripe, but you have a use case that, hey, I want to use in direct payment links that we have, or I want to use an invoicing in here, or I want my online stores to be functional with, let's say, any Square integration that rolls out in the future, or any other integration. So you would be able to come into a sub account, link up your SaaS plan, and then additionally have that SaaS plan sold out at a sub account level as well. Does that answer your question, Ikshan? I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrongly.
Are you talking to me? Sorry.
Yeah, the SaaS question that you, Arjun, does that answer your question?
Yeah. I mean, at the moment we are restricted to using SaaS, as Stripe, to sign up clients, So if you are pursuing a fairly heavy lift to actually make that one of the options, by making some of the other providers available, then that's really great.
Yeah, I mean, like, truth be told, we were sort of dragging our feet on that just because of the amount of work that is involved. But and again, that's why we sort of index on the ideas board. If you go to the SaaS board and look at the ideas, this is like the number one idea, and it's been like that for about 6 months now. So yeah, like whatever the agencies want. So it's a very democratic process. If a lot of our agencies want a particular feature, we'll get that built. Awesome.
Sure, I understand that. Appreciate it, man.
Let's keep going.
Awesome. I'll share my screen, and we'll quickly skim through the payment updates as well that we made in recently. So first up, in the past couple of months, on the automated sales receipt, like for those of you who don't know, there is automated sales receipt inside payment settings. It is by default on for any new location. If you don't have it turned on, just turn on the toggle. You have the configuration of a receipt start number, the receipt title, what from email configurations, and then we added in the terms and notes and email configurations within receipts. So this requires no workflow triggers, no automations to be built in. It is just a toggle away. You just turn on the toggle, and automatically any payment happens across the system, be it invoice, be it online store, be it order forms, or be it payment links. Automatically you are able to send in a confirmation to your client that, hey, thanks for your purchase. This is the detailed line items that you have purchased, things like that. So it just works in a very automated manner. You don't need any triggers or workflows, and you are able to define custom titles, custom terms and notes, and things like that. So awesome update to the receipts, automated sales receipts that we have. And then we made source enhancements in the payment receipt trigger as well. And I think just in the interest of time, I can quickly show this as well. Inside payment settings, receipts, you have it turned on, title is there, from name, prefix, start number, all of that is there for automatically sending out confirmations related to payments. And then source enhancements in the payment trigger. We have a payment receive trigger for the same function. Like You don't want to send an automated sales receipt because that is already handled through the toggle, but you can have custom use cases that, hey, if my payment is received through a calendar, I want to update it in a Google Sheet, or I want to update the contact tag or things like that. So you have a payment receipt trigger. And what we have added in is the ability to filter that payment according to different sources. So you can define that from whatever source the payment is coming in, you can define different if-else branches, and you can branch the workflow to accomplish different use cases. So awesome update in the payment receipt trigger as well. And then we rolled out manual taxes attachment with products. So while you create a product, you are able to have tax rates defined under the same settings that we discussed in here. You see taxes in here. You're able to define your tax rates. And then while you create a product, you are able to directly attach those tax rates with those products. And anywhere the product is sold, like it is sold on order forms, it is sold in an invoice, automatically that tax gets attached and you are able to directly see it without having to do any additional step. This works for most of the use cases where you have static tax rates that need to be applied to your product. For people in the US who are shipping across different states, or who are selling products across different states and they want automatic tax calculations, we are working it in the backend. And I think um, in a matter of month within this quarter, we'll be able to roll out the automatic tax calculations as well. So you have automatic taxes in the future. Fallback remains the manual tax rates. Let's say you are not able to calculate, or you, for specific channels, you want the manual tax rates to be configured. I think all of those use cases will be fulfilled. And then product descriptions in order forms. You have a product description when you create a product, which is seen here. This is now available inside the order forms as well. You have a toggle inside the order form settings that says that, hey, I want to enable a product description. If you enable that, automatically that description is pulled in alongside that product, and it helps in your user select the right product or have detailed information about that product while they're checking out on order forms. I think one of the major asks that we are getting time and again is that, hey, the same descriptions should be available automatically inside the invoices and inside the documents and contracts that I'm creating in as well. So that is also in the pipeline, and that also should also be rolled out pretty soon. But the idea is that you just create a product, you configure the description, and automatically, whenever the product is added across any channel or sold across any channel, that description automatically populates in without any additional effort for you. And then another awesome update that we made, which is of prime importance for Authorize.net and NMI, and just ditches away the need for to go to Stripe to generate a payment update link, is that within the subscriptions list view, you now have a share payment update link CTA, wherein you can say that, hey, I want to share, let's say the card on file got failed, or it got expired, you are not able to charge your customer. You can say that, hey, I want to share a payment method update link so that the customer can change their card from a Visa to an Amex card, for example. So you can create that link, you can send it over email, you can copy paste and send it across any channel or anywhere, and it works for Stripe, Authorize, and NMI, or any other future payment provider that are talked about in the marketplace applications as well. So it will dynamically update that payment method, and from the next occurrence, you will be able to charge the new Amex card that just got added on file.
On that note, have you guys integrated that with the workflows team? Because I don't want to send a link manually ever.
Correct. And
I want a custom value for that.
Correct. And I think we have gotten this feedback, and similar to automated sales receipt, I think what we are working immediately after the payment integrations being made public is that, similar to the automated sales receipt, we don't even require you to create an automation for that. We'll simply have it a toggle that, hey, this is the default email template that goes out whenever a payment fails. And we will additionally make the custom value available for you inside the workflows. So if you want to just do it in the form of a toggle, you're able to. If you want to build a workflow as well, you will be able to. But
Perfect.
that is something real soon within this quarter as well.
So you're saying that you are going to have a custom value for that payment update link, right?
Correct. We will be having a simple toggle as well that would just not require you to create a workflow as well, because creating a workflow would require that, hey, payment received, subscription payment, if it is failed, I want this or things like that, which is common for most users. So we would be making.
So like a month ago, I was like so confused with creating products and descriptions, and I made a little video. I was like, I posted it in the group.
you're saying that that I named it something, I gave it a description, and it was completely reversed. You guys are saying that that's all fixed and it's going to be a lot better now?
Correct. And I think we replied on that post. I think you posted in the FB community, right?
Yes.
And I think we fixed that as well, as what I remember.
I think it is fixed too. Can I ask another question on this same topic?
For sure.
So you know how in our high-level SaaS world, right? We have there's a group of subscription products, right? I have my 97 plan, my 297 plan, my 497. These are recurring SaaS products, but they're also kind of like in a group as far as upgrading and downgrading goes, right? And so, and then I don't know if I upgrade in the middle of the month, there'd be some sort of, automatically calculated prorated type of change and upgrade amount. I am wondering if something like that exists for just normal day-to-day type of recurring products. Because I have like a new inner circle product that I launched that it's $1 a month, $10 a month, $100 a month, $1,000 a month. I would like people to be able to go up and down within that group of similar type products and prorate and all that kind of stuff automatically. Is that supported right now today, or is there a plan for it to be supported going forward by chance in the future?
It is not supported today, James. As of now, if you cancel a subscription, or let's say you try to refund a subscription, for example, we don't apply pro rates as of today. But I think down the line we'll have it work similar to Stripe. And regarding your upgrade or downgrade plans as well, I know there are bundles that are created in
yes,
SaaS
bundles. Yeah, bundles. So so it's not a limitation on Stripe's side on what they can handle, right? That's not them, right?
Yeah, and I think sorry, I was off audio for a little bit, but Prashant, this one, right? If we really had to do it, the way we would do this is there would be a product, there would be prices within that product, or maybe we come up with something called product groups, and there could be multiple products and multiple prices within that group. The user specifies an upgrade path, like the order of upgrade path. And then in the client portal, where we are going to build the card management, the subscriptions, the cancellation, the invoice list, and all of that, that's where we could give them the opportunity to downgrade and upgrade. But James, as you can imagine, this is like a ton of work. So idea is what it is.
Yes. And you guys have a ton of developers.
Teasing.
I'm
Actually,
teasing. I appreciate it.
like,
But I guess I'm just curious. Are you guys already handling this for SaaS right now? Like, if I have a SaaS and someone wants to upgrade from my current 97 plan to the 297 plan, like, how does that work today? You guys have the upgrade ability to self-upgrade. Like, what is happening on the back end from a prorated standpoint? Like, I'm just curious. Like, what is it? How is it working today?
Yeah, so that happens because we rely on Stripe. And so like earlier in the comment section, when I was saying that moving to our own payment providers is a lot of work, it's exactly for this reason. So today what happens is, let's say you have a client on the $97 SaaS plan and they upgrade to the $297. Irrespective of whenever they do this in their billing cycle, we just hit the Stripe APIs and all of the proration is taken care by Stripe.
And why can't you do that for other normal SaaS, not SaaS, but no, I guess recurring type of memberships and other I guess I'm not understanding what the difference is between.
No, so we'll have to build the proration logic ourselves.
Why can't you rely? I am talking about a Stripe recurring product right now.
Yeah, because
why can't
because first of all, we'll have to build the groups, and within the groups, the product and prices, like that architecture is not there on our side. And secondly, at the location level, it's not just Stripe, right? Like people use PayPal, NMI, Authorize. So all of that logic will have to be on our side, the proration logic, and we use the gateway only for processing the payment.
Okay, I guess I'm saying, I mean, if it seems like all the guts of this that is needed for Stripe is just right there, could you give it to us if we're using Stripe, which maybe, I don't know, 98% of us are? I don't know what that number is.
That number is a lot less than 98%. I mean, this is why we continue to open up payments, because we are seeing a lot of, we are seeing a very healthy mix between the payment providers actually.
That's great.
But that being said, even if we just wanted to do this for Stripe, specifically for this case that you're mentioning, ideas board it is because
Sure.
it's still quite a bit of work with the product groups and multiple prices
Okay.
within the product.
I think that's where we want to go long term.
Correct.
But I'll put it on the ideas board.
Awesome.
And as
Thanks a lot, James.
yeah, we'll roll it out in the client portal. And as of today, we are working on having the subscriptions, invoices, etc., listed in the client portal. So we'll roll that out first, and let's see if we would require these, and if we get enough votes, I think we'll be able to build that.
I love it. I don't know where we're at in the call. Is it open Q&A, or where are we at? Because I got a bunch of other questions for anybody who's willing to listen.
There are a couple of other updates that we want to roll over for payments, e-commerce, reporting, and affiliate manager.
Can I just speak to this really quick? You guys are so close. I can put a URL up in the description. I can embed. I can do a question mark coupon code equals this. I can do a direct link to somebody through a bot, and it will have that coupon code in it, but it will not essentially apply it. And so it's just right there, and they literally have to click the button apply for it to take. If I could give someone a link that already had the coupon code applied, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
It's right there, you guys. It was so close, but instead I have to say, here's the coupon code. I know it says there's the code, but you just make sure you also hit the apply button for it to actually take and remove and discount the thing.
Makes sense. And I think we can make that work with the payment links that we recently rolled out. And I think based on form submissions, we recently had the URL params working with payment links, but I think the coupon still does not work in that fashion. But I get your point, James. Let's say you're on call with a customer, you say that, hey, this is a coupon applied link, just click here and subscribe to my service. It should just work automatically. And I think that's good. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to point out that little nuance that we are so close to be able to send an entire link with an embedded coupon code in the URL parameters, and just have it be the discount without having them to actually have to click apply. And it gets a little more nuanced, because what if that discount is actually in a two-step order form? Because now I have to now I'm actually an extra form click away. Or what if it's in a pop-up? So it's a little bit harder than it might sound, but that's for you guys to do.
Makes sense. I think the payment links would be the first easy one that we should be able to have at the very earliest.
Yeah, if it's a direct page, if it's a direct page, have it just automatically applied. It's just right there. Two-step order form, other pop-ups, that's going to be harder.
Absolutely. And I think
Thank you
we'll
so
roll
much.
links. I'll take that feedback to the team, and I don't think it would be much of an effort, but let me run that down with the team.
Thank you so much. And I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling with you.
Absolutely, I'm with you. Awesome. So just rolling over here, 100% discount codes for subscriptions. We recently rolled the support for applying 100% discount code for a subscription, so that you can have them for subscribe to a service for $0 and have one-click upsells work after that. We rolled out user permissions for exporting payments data. So now you have user permission defined for someone who can take an export of CSV out of the payments module. This is useful in cases where you have sales agents and you don't want them to touch any of your payments related data. Two of the awesome updates that we made on the automation side is a subscription trigger and a refund trigger. So with the subscription trigger, you are able to say that, hey, I want to trigger a workflow when a subscription is canceled, or let's say a subscription is created, or it is put on hold, or things like that. And you are able to filter it with a product as well, along with its price. So it just gives you the ability to branch your workflow based on a subscription state change. Refund trigger, whenever a refund is initiated, whether it was a full refund, whether it was a partial refund, but what was the amount of the refund, what was the source for which it was refunded. So it just helps in the automation of the payment that you accept across the platform. And I think with these two automations, it makes it really powerful, coupled with the payment receipt trigger that we have, so that you are able to trigger workflows based on every payment scenario that comes in your situation. Moving over a bit fast since we are running ahead of time, but items that are in progress, public API framework for payment applications, highest priority being worked upon and should be available for developers in a matter of weeks. Automatic taxes for US, highest priority again, which is being worked upon. For those for which manual taxes don't work, this is something which will be directly of use. Ideal payment method for Netherlands, SEPA debit for Europe, ban contact and buy now, pay later options. We have it for e-commerce stores, but we want to enable it across all channels, probably coming to invoices tomorrow. So this is also pretty close to closure. And I think with the one-step, two-step order forms, payment links, these payment methods should be available real soon. A Razorpay integration for our Indian customers, because with the public API framework, we are also building a direct integration with Razorpay so that you get an application to install the Razorpay integration and you're able to process all of your sub-account payments through Razorpay. Manage different payment methods offered from Stripe. Since we are launching Ideal, SEPA debit, ban contact, other bank redirects, buy now, pay later, credit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, a lot of payment methods are there. And this brings in the additional complexity of, hey, I want to offer in this for this or things like that. So we want to allow managing firstly these payment methods from Stripe so that you're able to turn off specific payment methods if you don't want to offer to. And down the lane, we want to allow it at individual channel specifically so that you're able to say that, okay, in this invoice, this is $1,000 invoice. I don't want to accept credit card, but I don't only want to accept an ACH payment of this. So this is also partially in works. First of all, we enable it directly on Stripe and then we enable it on our side. Square integration immediately coming up after the Razorpay integration that we roll out. This would allow a lot of your clients to switch over from their existing payments infrastructure to go HighLevel, because a lot of our customers are using Stripe is what we have observed. Creating open invoices for failed payments. As James mentioned earlier, I think this is in line with those as well. Any payment that fails for a subscription on Authorize on NMI, we create an open invoice. Users are able to send an open invoice for payment. They're able to create automations around that. Or let's say they have received it in cash or in check, they're able to record a payment for that particular invoice inside the subscription. PayPal available across all channels. We are directly implementing PayPal inside the payment element that we load so that PayPal not only functions with one-step or two-step order form, it functions across all different channels that we have. So those are the kind of updates that we have on the payment side. Any questions that we are missing out on?
Yes. Can you go back to this? Can you go back to the slide?
For sure.
Let's see here. Payments. Oh yeah. So you do an ACH payment. It takes like 5 days. It says you're gonna look at the invoice again, and it says pay when it should say it's pending, right? Do we have the statuses fixed on that yet? I think I raised this a while ago.
Correct. And I think it says processing as of today. I
It's
remember
fixed.
you did. Correct.
You guys fixed it. Okay. Can you go back to the slide about permissions, user permissions? And I feel like you guys are doing a lot on permissions and granularity. What's the latest on granular permissions? Is that out yet? Is granular permissions out yet?
The internal architecture is out, but from the user point of view, this is what you see as of today still. But I think it is the CRM side that they will be able to provide exact updates.
Okay, so here's a couple things. Hopefully, I don't know. I think there's an ideas board entry for this ability. Like, hey, I have an employee. He's got a permission set. Can I just copy that employee and have the exact same permission? Almost like a role-based permission. Hey, this person is a VA. Hey, this person is a virtual architect. This person is my front desk. That kind of an idea where I just want to copy the role set.
Yes. Second that.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
It makes sense.
I guess
I think
seems like, from our side, like, Sid looks after like, the permissions and everything related. Like we'll pass
permission
on
groups.
Yeah. So we'll be able to
you guys use AWS, right? I don't know if you guys use AWS internally. Like that's how they do it.
And I think this
this has been flagged, James. So Sid could probably talk to it, but
okay,
we get it. It makes
Okay,
sense.
awesome. Yeah, it would be super cool. Okay, back on that same note, just like a really quick slider that lets you like wipe everything and start from zero. Like, do I want to toggle every single thing off, or do I want to start with everything off and toggle one thing back on? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. A little slider that says, hey, let's go ahead and start from nothing, everything off, and then I can give the least permission set, right? And the other big thing, and I'm sorry, I'm excited. I'm not mad. I'm just excited. That's all.
No,
I'm
no, it
not
makes
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. This is just how I am when I'm excited because I love HighLevel. And I love where it's going. When I'm letting someone in my account, the biggest thing I'm worried about is whether they can touch payments, anything dealing with payments. And so I would love one little payments thing, the group of things that says, hey, listen, this person is not going to touch or do anything with payments across anything. I should not have to think hard. I should not have to think hard about, who I want to be, seeing that kind of stuff or not.
And I
And
think
there's another.
we have a
Yes.
local payments here.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. Even like, I don't know. Okay, I'm just saying, like, let's just think about, let's start with this. What if I let someone in to my account that I do not know? Because I do that. I think a lot of us do. Right? Let's pretend that all we're doing is letting bad actors into our accounts from the internet. Now, are we ready to handle that?
Yeah, I mean that's like asking. Like how does any other platform handle that? Like if there are a bunch of bad actors
because they have
joining the
because
platform.
they have extremely granular permissions for one.
Yeah, so I think that is the detail, right? Like when you say that I'm adding unknown individuals to my account, you would probably, like for example, look at SaaS mode. Somebody signs up for your platform, you don't know who they are.
That's
there
right.
are verification steps. All they can do is they can
Yes.
use their
Yes.
account, right?
Yes.
If they don't prepay you the money, they cannot do anything
Yes.
else, right?
Yes.
So all of those securities are built in. But let's say you were to add an agency admin to your agency, by mistake. There's very little anyone can do at that point. They can copy API keys, they can store those API
Right.
keys. You can delete
Right.
the user, but then they can create more users using the API key. Like all of that
Right.
can happen. So it depends upon at what level are you letting people in, right?
Right. I can tell you how Amazon Web Services has solved this. If you guys want to know, if you want to be ready for the the future, it's called permissions boundaries. It's crazy complicated, but it's also very effective. So put that on the 5-year roadmap or something. But that's the answer long term.
Yeah,
Maybe have
good ideas board idea for sure.
And
it's not just an ideas board is my argument. It's not a thing that we vote about. This is something at high level.
Of course, there'll be a balance between complexity and implementation. So that's the fine line, I think.
The thing is, what I'm trying to say is there's something, we can vote on. There's other things that high level themselves need to say, dang it, that was a good idea.
Yeah.
What are we
Don't
looking
worry,
at
James. We'll take care of that. So when it comes to specifically when it comes to security, we don't need ideas board for security items. We'll take care of it.
Thank you.
And
you guys, AWS, they have API keys for everything, not just one small.
James, look at my
not just
screen.
one API key.
James, look at my screen. I'm showing you something.
Okay.
Awesome. So this is like super private beta right now. Like we are testing this on our own account. So as you can see, the product management team, we use our own product at HighLevel account. So yeah, so what you see, by the way, are you guys able to see my screen where I have the permissions shared?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, awesome, cool. So this is how the new permissions module is going to look like. So like, for example, this is my team. And let's say this is a user over here, they are agency admin. And I come here and I go to roles and permissions. This is what they can do. This is pretty much what they can do inside the account. And we have them grouped for your access. Like, what kind of account settings can they fiddle with? What kind of account, so like calendar settings, dashboards, If you're specifically looking for payments, so what can they do in payments? They can view and manage payments, refund payments, record payments, export payments, cancel subscriptions, view and manage payment invoices, like all of these granular level permissions. And now let's say this is how you want this user to be. You can actually copy this permission and apply it to new users. So you don't have to like, you don't have to make this change again and again. You can have a template.
That's basically what I had asked for. That's great. I'm glad to see that.
Awesome. So this is like super private beta right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll
Awesome.
release it in probably like a couple of weeks, maybe.
Awesome. Is there anybody from the workflows team on the call?
Not on this call. The product
Shoot, I
manager's
gotta go
name is
anyways. I gotta go in 3 minutes. So I would love to talk to all of you guys more, but yeah.
Are you guys going to move on to CRM stuff today, or has that already been done?
No, today we are not covering CRM. We are covering like the products that Pooja and her team just showed. All us.
Yeah, and I think we have you already completed ecom, Prashant?
No, we are remaining.
Okay, guys, we have ecom, we have affiliate manager, and we have reporting. We have 3 more products to go. And we are already half an hour over time. So do you guys want to just continue, or
Yeah,
should we do it
let's
next
roll
time?
through this, and we'll just need to
Can we
hold all the
make these longer in the
questions
future?
till to
Can we
text
make these?
probably.
Yeah, guys, so really sorry for this, but let's get through all the presentations. Questions restricted to the chat, please. Sorry, so sorry for this. We love talking to you, but we are just incredibly short of time.
All right, I'll start with the e-commerce part. Just a second. Yep. Right. So in the e-commerce, I'll talk about some of the recent releases that have gone out. So one is the Shopify order syncing inside the Go HighLevel. So now you can sync all your orders that are there in the Shopify with the Go HighLevel platform at the same point of time, and it will show it as an external order that is there within the orders in the payment section, and also at the same point of time it will sync new orders that are coming from Shopify at the same point of time. Then we have BNPL payment methods, which are now supported for online stores. So we have BNPL methods like Afterpay, Klarna, or let's say Affirm, which are like provided on the platform at the time of checkout. Then we have product collections for online stores. So now you can like categorize all your products under certain collections in order to navigate through your web, like in order to allow your users to navigate through the website easily. Then we have variant specific images in the store. So now you can add like images for all the variants, like specific images for all of them. Then buy now button on product details page has been added. So no need to add a product to the cart. You can directly buy a product and skip all the like add to cart flow and directly go on the checkout page from here. Then we have custom layout for product list page. So now earlier what was happening was you had only 6 products visible per page, but now you can customize it between a range of 3 products to 24 products per page, which is available now. And then we have shipping and delivery rates, which was one of the most requested items. So this is like now you can set up a manual rate based on the zones that you want to select. So let's say if you want to select some particular countries, you can select it and define a conditional pricing, like more of a differential pricing for all of those on the basis of what is the order value that you have in the cart. So let's say I'll show you that at a later stage. Then we have new product collection element and the SEO improvement. So now we have a dedicated section within your website itself, which you can add, and it's a collection section, and you can like navigate to each of those collections within the page itself. And we have SEO improvements at the same point of time. So now you can add SEO to your collection at the same point of time. Then we have e-commerce store templates. We have introduced new store templates. So you don't need to create everything from scratch now. There are a lot of templates that we have in our like template library. You can directly go and clone a store and start creating on top of it. Then we have partial order fulfillments. This is one of the like latest releases that has happened today. So let's say you are manually fulfilling an item. So earlier you had to fulfill the complete order. Now you can partially fulfill one like even one order out of, let's say there are 3 products to be fulfilled. You can fulfill even one item order. So coming to the Shopify order syncing, as you can see, you can simply go in the integrations and connect your Shopify account. And you have to check this box in order to allow new Shopify orders to directly sync to your Go HighLevel account at the same point of time. If you go in the order section within payments, you will see all the external Shopify orders under the source. It mentions as type, which is external, and the subtype is your Shopify. Then, yeah, this is the transaction that you can see. In the transactions, you can see that this is a Shopify order and it has come through external payments. Then we have BNPL payment methods, which are supported in online stores. So this is Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm. So you need to connect your Stripe account in order to access all these BNPL payment methods. And you can pay this in a in a like different format. Like you, if you want to pay it in a like, let's say one time, or let's say 2 time, 3 time, or 4 time, in whatever format you want to pay, you can choose. So you have three options here. One is pay now. You can pay full amount right now. Then second is paying for parts. So all of those are configurable from here. Then we have product collections for online stores. So now in the product collections earlier, you didn't had a collection which is like categorization of your products. So let's say there are a lot of products. There might be watches or something. So you can now classify all your products under certain collections. In the products page, you just need to go in a certain product information section and just add a collection from there. And collection is accessible within the payment section under products. So you can add a collection from here by create a collection and simply add the name. And by clicking on the additional information, you can just add the image of a certain collection and at the same point of time, enter the SEO details and all. And also, this is how a collection looks like. So you can attach multiple collections to a single product as well. So if it's let's say an iPhone, you can attach Apple iPhone 15 series iPhone. So a lot of collections can be added, and you can then configure within the website builder, like how you want to improve the accessibility of your products. If you go in the collection in the website builder, you can see like in the navigation menu under a sub menu, you can add all the list of your collection and attach those the titles with the collection itself. So you have already created a collection, and now you can attach all those things within the sub menu itself. So as you can see here, once you hover over your navigation menu in the Apple, you can see there are three different collections now added. Once you click on it, you will simply come on a collection with on the products which have these collection attached to it, collection tags. Now we have variant specific images in store. So earlier we didn't had this. So now you can add, let's say there can be 4 or 5 or multiple variants. So you can add a specific image attached to that variant. And this is how it looks like. It's accessible in your product section. Within the variants, you can just click on a thumbnail and this will pop up and you can just simply add it from here. And as you can see, if you select a certain like all these filters, it will show you the collection image here. Then we have buy now button on the product details page. So if you go on in the website builder, you can just configure it. You can like toggle on and off these buttons, both add to cart and buy now. So buy now, by clicking on the buy now button, you will simply land on the checkout page rather than going to the cart page here. So this is how it looks like. Then you can also configure the title of this thing. Like if you want to change the text or let's say padding, color, font option, all these can be configured from here itself in the website builder. Then we have custom layout for product list page. So now, as I was discussing, you can have as many as 24 products per page. You can view this, and this can be scrolled and viewed within the same page itself. And the minimum number of products that can be listed in a page is 3. Now coming to shipping and delivery rates. Now you can add, so this was one of the most requested features where you want to add a flat rate or let's say a differential kind of rate on the basis of certain zones. So you need to manually configure it. Where you can access it is under the payments in the settings section. You just need to add a zone first. Once you click on a zone, you will see the name of it. You can put in the zone name. Then you need to select the countries where you want to put these rates. So as you can see on the right hand side, this is how it looks like. And once you check, so this is the amount. Amount is your delivery charge, that is the shipping charges that will be on the checkout page. If you click on the conditional pricing, this is the range that you can set here. So once you set a range that, let's say, if $0 to $500 is the range where you want to charge $10, this is how you can put it. I'll show you. So as you can see, you can configure it in this format. Like standard delivery can have this kind of shipping charge. Express can have like free delivery charge, or let's say $25. So you can just set up conditions and then put in the delivery rates. And at the time of checkout, you can see on the checkout page, you will have these kind of options. And as a user, you can select a certain kind of delivery type and just go through the payment and pay for the shipping charges at the same point of time. Coming to the SEO improvements in collection, this is how it's accessible. You need to go in the payment section. Under payments, it's under the product section. In the collections, you just need to click on these three dots, just click on edit, and this pop-up box will show up. You just need to configure your SEO description and SEO title, and thus improve your complete SEO of your collections here. Then coming to the new product collection element. So this is a new element that has been added recently. Now you can add a dedicated section of collection here. By clicking on a certain collection, you can view all the products that are falling under that collection tag itself. And this can be configured. So the like standard format is like it will show you 3 collection. You can configure as many as like 5 different collections in a single row. So this is how you can configure the layout. And like once you click on one collection, you can just simply attach the collection that you have created here. Also, you can configure the color options, font, and all. These are just configurable from your end. All the slice and dice of options are there. Now coming to the e-commerce store templates. If you go in the websites, under the website, just click on the new website from templates. Once you click on from templates, under the browse categories, you will see e-commerce store as the new tag that is there. So if you click on it, you will see all the kind of new templates that have been added. And in case you guys have any kind of like requests around, let's say you want a certain kind of template for your store, you can just put in a request or ping me, and we'll get it prioritized or something. So yeah, this is around e-commerce store templates. Then we have partial order fulfillments. This has gone live today itself. Now you can just partially fulfill a single item, which is there in your order. So let's say there are, let's say 9 items in your order that the user had placed. So let's say you want to fulfill some specific number, let's say 3 out of 4, or let's say 3 out of 5, or 1 out of 4. So you can just select the number of items you want to fulfill, add your tracking number, shipping carrier name, and the tracking URL. And just after clicking on save, it will trigger a notification to your end user, and thus mark it as partially fulfilled within your Go HighLevel interface. At the same point of time, you will see this partially fulfilled tag here for the items that have been fulfilled. And within this fulfillments, you will see that what all items have been fulfilled recently, and what all items are remaining. You can just click on fulfill items again. And until you completely fulfill all your items here, this tag will still persist and show as partially fulfilled. So coming to what all things are new in like upcoming in the roadmap, are Printful integration for shipping, print on demand. So now you can just connect your Printful integration, and then get all your Printful orders within the Go HighLevel and all. Then coming to the next item is the recommended product. So now you can improve the navigation of your products within the website. So we just want to work on this part where you can show a recommended product to your users, what kind of products you want to show. We will work on the logic, like what is the right set of logic that you have to put behind it, what is the engine that will work behind it, and how you want to show it to your users. Then coming to automatic shipping costs on checkout. This is one of the most requested item that you want to complete the loop here. You want to ship the item end to end. So like at the time of checkout, you are right now putting manual rates here. As let's say, if you want to connect your some specific carrier, we are looking for a multi-carrier platform. Now you can connect that, and through that you can just select a certain carrier that is, let's say, near like available nearest to you, and it will show you rates at the time of checkout. So all the rates of your carriers, let's say DHL, FedEx, will be now shown at this step. Then automatic shipping fulfillments will be there. Now, let's say if the user has chosen a certain like let's say shipping method, let's say it was FedEx. Now, as soon as the shipping has started, the fulfillment will be automatically done, and you don't need to go again in your orders and then fulfill it. It will automatically fulfill along with the carrier name, your URL, and just the tracking number and all. Then we have this search bar sorting and filtering functionality, which will just improve the like discoverability of the product on your platform. Along with that, improve the navigation of all the products that are listed on your platform. Then we have product weights, dimension, and product SKU fields. So this is like this has been like one of the most asked things that you want to ship your item, and for that you need to capture weight of your product, the dimension, and the stock keeping unit of the product. So all those fields are something we are adding, and this will also couple on to the automatic shipping cost at the time of checkout, because that will need product weight and dimension at the same point of time. Then we will be having manual shipping rates based on the weights and the state's provinces. So right now you can only set up your manual shipping rates based on the countries. Now we want to add subcategories within it, like it can be based on the states and provinces at the same point of time. So let's say if you want to ship in Texas, that might have a different kind of shipping fees compared to in California, it might have a different fees. So this is how you can set up. And also right now the conditional pricing is based on the order value. We want to bring in this new thing, which is like shipping rates based on your weight. So you can define the weight range on which you want to charge a certain flat fees or whatever. Then we have SEO for products and site preferences. So now you can, earlier we had this SEO for your collections. Now we are adding this for the products at the same point of time. So these are like some set of items we have in the quarter. And also there are a lot of other items which I haven't covered, but yeah, these are like one of the top things which are in the funnel right now, like which will be, we are having in the bucket as of now. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions?
I think
No,
we'll
I
just
think
move on to the next section here, and we'll answer those in the chat if you got them.
Sure.
Yeah, there were a few. I've already answered those.
Great.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Shivam.
Vishal.
Thanks, Brian. I'll just give me a second. Awesome. So I'll quickly start by talking about the affiliate manager first. So let's talk about the recent releases which went live, in the past few weeks. So the first one, the major release for our team was the automated payouts through PayPal. So previously, like if you wanted to pay your affiliates using the affiliate manager, it was a manual process where you had to pay it on a third-party interface, which was either your bank app or a website, and then come back to the platform and mark it as that paid. But right now, if the sub account has a business PayPal account integrated in the payment integration page, and the affiliates have also added their PayPal email ID, which I'll also show you, which is the next feature which I'll talk about, then all you need to do is just come to the payout section. You'll see all the list of the due payouts, which you have currently for all the campaigns. And then you'll see this blue button where like after clicking, it'll just take a few seconds and PayPal will handle the rest. And, it'll automatically pay all the affiliates within a few minutes. And also we still have the previous flow. So let's say you don't want to pay it through PayPal, so you already have that option to manually pay them outside the system and come back and click on mark them as paid as well. And also if you see on the right hand side, once your payout through PayPal is done, we'll provide you all the important information such as the transaction ID, so that just in case if you want to save it for the auditing purpose as well, you'll be able to see those details as well. And the next features, somewhat related to the previous one, is we also have now provided the option for the affiliates and the account admins to add the payout methods for affiliates. So for example, let's say you want to leverage the automated payouts through PayPal, and now you want either to yourself add or link those PayPal accounts of your affiliates, or you want to ask your affiliates that why don't you go to the client portal and add your payout method, right? So right now, both the things are possible. So on the left hand side, you'll see that we have given an option called add payout methods, and which is in the affiliate profile page. And when you click on this, you'll be asked to add the PayPal account as of now. And in the future, we'll be expanding it to more payout methods as well. Currently, we only support PayPal account. And on the right hand side, the affiliate can do the same thing. So once they log into their portal, if they switch over to the commissions tab, they'll be able to see a similar button which will say add payout method, and they can add the same PayPal email ID for them as well there as well. And if they've already linked it, they'll just see an option to edit it and manage the current payout method as well. So the next one was also a major release where previously, in affiliate campaigns, we were only supporting, products which were placed in funnels and website. And a lot of customer requested that, we also want to track leads. So like a lot of people where the business relies on bookings and services, they want to actually track how many affiliates are getting how many leads or appointments or survey submissions. So we have expanded our support to that as well. So now if you go on to Marketing Affiliate Manager and create a campaign, you'll see these three new options as well, which is forms, surveys, and calendars. And the rest of the process is exactly the same. So you can pick. So for example, let's say you choose the form, you'll have to also choose within the drop down that which form do you want to link the affiliate campaign to. And similarly, the rest of the steps are as they are for funnels and website. The only difference being currently we only support lead tracking in form, surveys, and calendars, but we are also planning to expand it and provide an option to pay commissions to these affiliates who are getting all these leads as well. And the next one was the providing the option to a toggle where the users can decide if they want to include the setup fees in commissions or not. So we have done this on both the campaign level. If you see on the left hand side, so this is the campaign creation flow. You will see this option in the advanced settings in the last step, which is the third step, where you'll see a toggle, which is do you want to include the setup fees in commission calculations. And let's say you want to do it on a global level, you want to save this toggle option for all the future campaigns which you will be creating. So if you click on this drop down affiliate manager, and if you go down to settings, you'll see the similar option there as well. So after this, I guess people can make sure that all the commissions are being calculated properly and the affiliates are getting paid according to the configuration of the campaigns as well. And lastly, one more recent release, which was a pretty big revamp was the option, the flow to add sub affiliates. So previously, in order to add a sub affiliate under an affiliate, people had to purchase a product. So users had requested that they want a simpler solution where they can just add, people as a sub affiliate under someone, right? So we have released that as well. So if you go to affiliate profile and if you scroll down, you'll see this tab called sub affiliate, and in this tab, you'll see the list of the current existing sub-affiliates in this table view. And let's say you want to add a new sub-affiliate. So you can just click on this button and the small pop-up will open up where they'll show you all the current affiliates on your system. And if let's say you want to add a fresh person here, you also have an option to create a new profile as well. And you will also see the existing sub-affiliates on the right-hand side. So it's a very simple drag and drop flow for this one as well. And right now, this is only on the admin side of it, so people can do it on the GHL portal. But in this quarter, we'll also be expanding it to the affiliate portal. So let's say an affiliate wants to recruit people under them, right, as a sub-affiliate. So we'll be providing for them to do that as well in the affiliate portal as well. Moving on, talking about the big items. So we have like a huge list of items which we'll be working on for affiliate manager, but I'll just, share the big items, which will be very critical for all the users. So I've already covered the auto payouts using PayPal, the lead tracking, which I just showed you. So let's talk about the features which will be released in the coming few days. So the first one is dashboards for affiliate manager. So we will be adding one more page in affiliate manager where you will be able to see all the important metrics and leaderboards and line charts and graphs required for, just to see how your affiliates are performing, how your campaigns are performing, what are the pending payouts on your plate, what is the total amount you have paid, and a lot other metrics as well. And the next one is manual sales and commission. So right now, if you want to go on and add a manual sales, they need to have a transaction, in order to link it within an affiliate. But later on, let's say the transaction does not exist. Let's say the transaction happened outside the system, or let's say outside Stripe or some other payment gateway as well. So we'll be adding a straightforward manual sales and commission flow as well, where you can just add the value. It will automatically convert based on the campaign commission settings and the rest of the configuration as well, and it will automatically assign it to the affiliate. And moving on to the next big items for this quarter, the first one, as I mentioned, is the affiliate portal update. So we'll be adding a lot of smaller functionalities on the affiliate portal. As I mentioned, right, the affiliates should be able to, recruit their own sub-affiliates. So they'll get an option to set up a sign-up page which they can share with potential recruits, and they can also change their referral ID, the variable stuff. So right now, so most of the things which we have already released on the admin side of it, but we want to make sure, because since there are a there is a huge number of affiliates in all the campaigns. So, admins don't have enough time to go on to each affiliate and change it, right? So you want to make sure that all those options are available on the affiliate side as well, so that the affiliates also know, what all these, what all are all the metrics, what all options can they change, what are the current payout methods they have added. They can also edit it. They can also see, who are the sub affiliates under them, and so on. And the second last one is affiliate level commissions. Uh, so right now, when you are creating a affiliate campaign, you get an option to define that what kind of commissions do you want to give to the affiliate. So let's say I have a campaign and I have assigned 10 affiliates in that campaign. But let's say I want to pay like one of the affiliate something else, right? I want to pay him more commission. So that is where affiliate level commissions plays in. So with this feature, you will be able to, go to a specific affiliate's profile and, add their level of commission as well. So these commissions will always override the campaign level commission. So, so just in case you don't have to create a separate campaign altogether. If you want to make small changes, to few affiliates, you can do that by just going to the affiliate profile page and making those changes as well. And we'll keep the UI similar to what it is for the campaign level, so that it's not confusing. So we will see all the same options. It's just that the affiliate level commissions will always be given more priority over campaign level commissions. And the last one is we'll fix how the campaign level asset and media is working right now. So a lot of customers have, raised, feedback that the current UX is not that good, and they want more options where they can have categorization based on different campaigns. And the UX should be more easier for them to, copy paste and share it with the affiliates as well. Similarly, they wanted something, the same change to be done on the affiliate portal as well. So we'll be covering that also in this quarter as well. And I'd also like to share a few snippets of the items which will be going live in the coming few weeks. So the first one which I mentioned was the dashboard for affiliates. So here you can see would be the dashboard which will be releasing in the coming few days, where you'll be able to see the most important metrics on top. You'll also see a leaderboard of the top 10 affiliates, and you'll be able to sort them as well. So let's say you want to see the top 10 affiliates by commissions, or by the number of leads, or by the number of customers they are getting, or by the amount of revenue they are generating. So you will be able to do that in this leaderboard as well. And you will be also be able to see a trend chart of leads versus customers through on a weekly basis or a monthly basis as well. Moving on, the affiliate level commission settings. So this is what I was talking about. So this is, the commission settings for this specific affiliate named Devon. So you'll be able to, choose the campaign where you want to, configure these affiliate level commissions, and you'll be able to choose, do you want to change the default commission? So by default, it will show you the campaign level settings at first, but you can always go on and make the changes, and it'll automatically given more priority over the campaign level commission settings as well. Now, moving on to reporting, I'll just quickly cover reporting first, and then I'll just take a minute to answer if there are any critical questions, in the chat as well. So similarly, let's talk about our recent releases. The first one, the biggest release for reporting and dashboards was the snapshot support for dashboards. So right now, like if you're onboarding new, accounts, or you're creating new accounts, you can now also, include dashboards within the snapshot as well. So if you see the first screenshot, you'll see a new category called dashboards, and you'll see all the list of dashboards which are added in the source location, and you can just make sure you can select them all, you can skip them all, you can select a few. And I'll also show a reference that this was the source location where I wanted to copy all these dashboard to this new fresh account which I just created. So it'll automatically add all the dashboards. One important thing is, so since the dashboard is related to all the modules on our platform, right? For example, let's say we have a widget for opportunities, we have a widget for contacts, right? So let's say a contact widget has a filter of a custom value. So if you want to make sure that the widgets should work exactly as they were working in the source location, make sure that you also include the rest of the assets, such as, let's say, calendars, custom fields, custom values, so that you don't get an error. Just let's say you have only selected the dashboard and you have left out the calendars, contacts, or pipelines as well. So you'll see a small error message on top of the dashboard that some of the filters are missing. This is because like during the snapshot creation, we did not merge the custom values as well. So we want to prevent this. Just make sure that you are also including the assets which are linked to dashboard widgets, so that everything works exactly as a replica in the target location as well. And the next one, also a very exciting, release for our team, was granular insights and exporting. So now all the widgets on our dashboards are interactable. So whether it be a donut chart, a numeric chart, a line chart, or let's say a bar graph, you can click on these individual nodes. So previously it used to show you the total count in that node, right? So on a line graph, it used to tell you that 24 appointments were booked on a Monday, right? But let's say you want to see like who are the people who actually booked these 24 appointments, right? So right now you can just click on any node on any graph on the dashboard. You'll see this table view pop up, where you'll see like all the entities, which are there in the node. You'll get all the critical fields which are mapped to that entity as well. And also a cherry on top, you also get an option to export this table view as a CSV. So this is available for all the plans. So even in the system defined widgets, you will be able to click on the widgets and get this view and export them as a CSV as well. So this was a interesting and exciting feature which we we are looking forward. Like please, if you have any feedback and if you have any suggestions how we can also improve it further, please feel free to drop me an email or a message on FB as well. And the next one is a time zone switcher on dashboard. So a lot of customers have had complained that they had different team members working on different time zones, and since a lot of people were working on time specific things, for example calendar bookings and nurturing clients, right? So they wanted to work on their own time zone as well, because if uh, if the time zone is different, right? Because of the different time zones in different places. Let's say the calendar has a different time zone and the opportunities have a different time zone, right? So people were getting confused at what actually is the due date or when is the appointment right now, right? So now we have given an option, on the three dot menu, where you'll see an option of manage dashboard time zone, and this is available to all the users. Even if they have the edit access, view access, or just full access as well. So they'll see this drop down where they'll be able to choose whether they want to stick to their own system time zone, or do they want to stick to the location setting time zone as well. And right now we have only given two options, but in the future we'll be expanding this list and giving like a whole list of different time zones as well. Now the last one is default dashboard. So previously we only had pin dashboards. So if you click on this blue button on top, you'll see the list of all the dashboards that you had created. But a lot of customers wanted that the first dashboard which loads when you log into GHL, right? They want to have control over it. They want to make sure that they are sharing the dashboard which their team member needs to see, right? So now you can do that. Now if you have the edit access to a dashboard, you'll see this option called set as default dashboard. And the moment you do this, whoever is on your team, whenever they come to the dashboard section, this will be the dashboard which they'll see in the first view. So that is how default dashboards work. Now let's talk about the roadmap, the big picture, the big items for quarter two for reporting and dashboards. So in the coming few weeks, we'll be releasing in the coming few weeks, we'll be releasing new objects. So right now we only have one object, which is embed iframes. In the future, we'll also be releasing title, text boxes, and images. These are just there so that you can make your dashboard more visually appealing and informative. Let's say you are sharing it with someone who does not have good enough idea about how all these data metrics are calculated. Let's say you want to add some sort of information, explain how this widget works, explain what are these fields, right? Or just give them some to-do tasks or something, just like important notes. You'll be able to do that through text boxes. And let's say you have created a default dashboard and it has a lot of widgets. It has widgets from contact, it had widgets from opportunities, from conversations, and so on. You just want to create sections within the dashboards. Let's say you want sales team to just look at the opportunity widgets, right? So through titles you will be able to create those sections as well, so that it will give a more descriptive visual description of how the dashboard is structured, and it will be easier for the people to understand and use those insights as well. And the next one, which will be released, by the mid of this month, is a custom report builder. I'll also show a quick preview in the coming screen as well. So by custom report builder, you'll be able to create, your reports from scratch. So just to give you context, what are reports? So reports are basically, a combination of widgets. So the process would be similar. You'll get into a report builder. You'll be able to create, a report from scratch. You'll be able to pick an existing report from templates as well. And the important step, which is the main differentiator here is the ability to schedule it. So let's say you want few of your stakeholders and team members to get a weekly report of how your sales team is working, right? So what you can do is, through the custom report builder, you can create the report from scratch, save it, and schedule it on a weekly basis, and just add the recipient email IDs in the last step. And the moment you schedule it, so all these recipients will get the report on their email as per the configuration. And similarly, you'll be able to create n number of reports. You'll be able to, we're also planning on working on adding templates so that it saves time. We want to give you like good and useful templates for, let's say, appointment reporting, agent reporting, sales reporting, XYZ, so that you can leverage it and share it with people who are not on GHL platform, specifically stakeholders who want to know how your business is working without actually logging in and actually seeing those data metrics as well. So that is that. And talking about the rest of the big items, the next one is attribution widgets for contacts and opportunities. So this is currently the top most voted item on our ideas board, where people want to create their own lead source report from scratch. So they want to link the attribution sources and UTM parameters to the existing widgets. So this is currently under work in progress, and we'll be releasing this in the coming few weeks, where you'll be able to see that filter of attribution sources, all the UTM parameters in contacts and opportunities as well. And the best add-on over this is that let's say you can leverage the granular insight feature with this as well. So let's say you have created a widget of source distribution. You want to see like from what all sources like my contacts are coming, right? So you'll get a donut chart. So the same thing is also kind of possible in a reporting section, but right, like after this goes live on the dashboard, you will be able to click on those individual nodes and see a record view of all the contacts which were created through Facebook, let's say Facebook, and you'll be able to export them in a CSV as well. And one more advantage of having attribution widgets on the dashboard is that you'll be able to add your own filters as well. So for example, currently in the reporting where you see the lead and opportunity attribution report, the report is static. But on the dashboard, you'll be able to add your own filters and operators as well. So let's say you only want contacts from a specific source on a specific day, right? So you'll be able to do that as well. And the next one is, new widget categories. For the start, we'll be covering, visitor data and email. So by visitor data, I mean all the stats around website funnels. We'll be adding a new category on our dashboard, and then we'll, follow it with email. So all the new, interesting, metrics which Shreya just shared a few hours back, we'll be adding that and more customization options on the dashboard as well. And I guess I already covered the new object titles and the new chart type funnel. So we'll also be, so right now we only have one funnel chart on the dashboard, but a lot of customers had requested that they want the option to remove or add or change the order of steps which are there in a user journey, right? So through this, you'll be able to create your own funnel chart from scratch. So I'll also quickly show you a quick preview. So this is a snippet on how the custom reports builder would look like. So you'll get an option to either create a report from scratch or use an existing template or clone an existing report. And this is the UI would be similar to how the UI is for the rest of the builders as well, where you'll see options to add widgets, options to add elements. So you can add multiple pages in the report. You can add a title. You can add your logo. You can add all the widgets that you want. You can preview it. You can send a test email to yourself and so on. And the next one is scheduler. So once your report is created, the next and the final step would be to schedule it. So you'll be able to, choose the frequency. Do you want it to be weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, or a custom frequency? You'll be able to choose the time and date as well. And you'll also be able to change the subject line and add the recipients to whom you want to share the report as well. And once the report is live, we'll also show you a table view of all the reports with their current status. Are they scheduled? Are they in draft? Are they sent? And once you click on a specific report, you'll also be able to see all those email metrics as well. So let's say I want to check like what was the open rate for the sales report I'm scheduling every week, right? So you'll be able to see that as well, that, like how many people received it, how many people opened it, and so on. That's a custom report scheduler. And lastly, the new objects which I talked about. So these are the elements which we'll be adding. So right now we only have embed. We'll be adding these three new options: the headline, text box, and images. And this is how the headline would look like. As I told you, right, you could easily make small sections within the dashboard. You can change the color. You can make your match it to your own branding. Add different effects and alignment features as well. Now, lastly, the new chart type, which is funnel. So you'll get a new widget category. Right now, you have line, bar graph, donut graph. We'll add one more category, which is widget. And, you'll be able to choose the source as well. So right now we'll start with opportunities because, a lot of people only use funnels for opportunities. But later on, once we expand, we want to expand it to more different sources as well, where users will be able to create their own, journey and see what are the drop-offs at each step. So once you choose your, let's say in this case, I chose opportunities. It'll ask me that which pipeline do you want to choose? And the moment you choose it, you will see all the stages. So now you can change the order of the stage. Let's say you want to remove you just want to keep two stages, the first one and the last one, because the mid steps are not important to your conversion, right? So you'll be able to delete those steps as well. So this is how the custom funnel chart would work. And lastly, we'll also be adding the option to add a comparison metric on all the metrics. So right now we give you a like just the exact value of the widget, but after this you'll get a small in the advanced setting, you'll get option to compare day to, and the moment you choose the time period where you want to compare, we'll add that comparison value on all the charts. So we'll be expanding this feature to all possible chart types which are there on the widget, whether it be the custom widgets or pre-existing system default widgets as well. Awesome. So I guess that was all I had for affiliate and reporting. I'll just stop sharing my screen. I'll just go through the chat, and I'll also just drop my email.
Yeah, Tushar, I've covered all the comments from chat.
Awesome. I'm also just dropping my calendar link and email just in case if anyone wants to have a longer discussion on anything.
Perfect. Thanks so much. The amazing updates. Thanks for running through them so fast.
No issues.
Do
Thanks,
we have
everyone.
anything? I think we have one more. Do we not?
No, I guess this was the last.
Yeah,
Okay,
I-
perfect.
We are finally done. So almost 3 hours long town hall, but yeah, we'll find a way to make this shorter. And one of the proposals is to start increasing traffic on our daily town hall. So we actually have town halls daily. I shared the link to join our town hall community, and you can also look at the event schedule. So if you are interested in specific products, please join those town halls because as you can see, we are stretching quite a bit on the monthly one. So I'm going to share that message again. See you guys there.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you.
everyone. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.